All right. What is good, everyone? What is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the stream. Man, we got a nice, awesome, cool, fun Jojo Friday. Man, we are here. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this will be officially the last Jojo Friday of the Switch 1 era, and we embark on a new quest, a new journey together. Man, I like I said, this is just crazy. It's the last Friday ever of the Switch 1 era. It's the last one ever. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm excited to talk about games, guys. What's good to everybody? I saw my man Dior here. Let's get into shoutouts before we get into the core topics. Ocarina of Time remake rumors creeping back into the community. We've got the rush that's going to be happening with the Nintendo Switch 2. Cyber Taurus says first of the last
JoJo.
Yes,
the
sir.
Last JoJo Friday of the Switch 1 era. Let's go.
Let's go. We played them all night, baby. Let's go. Yes, sir, man. Like, gosh, it's just, it kind of hit me when I was getting ready to, when I was preparing the stream today. I'm just like, man, like, we really made it, Cyber Taurus. We really made it all the way. Like, after all the BS, after all the nonsense, after everything that's kind of like happened, think about how our lives have been since the Switch 1 launched. Think about what you were doing. Man, like, these are the type of memories that live in your soul, bro. Like, for real. Like, it really does. The essence, like I talk about here on Player Essence, the essence, man, it just lives. And I can remember what I was doing throughout various time periods of the Switch 1 era, you know. And I'll be honest, man, the Switch 1 era had some very tumultuous times for me. And I know for a lot of you guys also went through a lot of different stuff too. So the fact that we're still all here, we made it, it's awesome. Justin and Caitlin with the Jojo.
This was a rough day of work, but it's all going to be worth it. My vacation starts after tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
It's time for the new generation.
Yes, sir. It is time. It is time. It is time. The new generation is upon us. And like I said, rough day at work, bro. I mean, we're here for you, brother. We're here for you, man. You just want to sit back, relax, knock out tomorrow, get it done, and get ready to have some fun. That's what I gotta say. Justin and my man, Cyber T, out here at the top of the board already. 2 JoJos on Jojo Friday. Like I said, we playing them all night, baby. Let's go. Man, feels good. Elias, what is good? What is good? Shout out to Justin. Thank you for the Big 10. Sorry that you had a rough day at work, though. David V in the house. What's up, David V? Welcome. George FT. What's good? George FT. Adam Carson. Hey, LG, only a few days left. Only a few days left, brother. It is going to be, we out here. Mada. Mada me, Mada moo, Mada bam. Cyber Taurus once again. What's up, brother? Orlando Ramos. There's a small chance that I might get a Switch 2 day 1. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, man? Welcome. Costa. Orlando Ramos. Oh, I already said that. What's up? What's up? Elias. Adam Carson said, I'm here for the beginning of your Nintendo Switch 2 arc. Yes, sir. Oh, man. It's crazy, bro. It's really crazy. Like, I'm just, like I said, it was almost like surreal. Like, to the point to where, once again, like, you don't get console launches. Very fortunate. I'm blessed. We're fortunate to actually see another console launch. A lot of people, they didn't make it to this one that like Nintendo stuff. So to actually make it to the console launch, you know, still knock on wood. It's not wood, but you guys know what I mean. Like, pray. Everything's going to be good for all of us. Everybody make it there. And like I said, have a good console launch, man. Like, this is going to be so much fun. So yeah, 15 with Switch 1. Now 23 with Switch 2, says Immortal Rooster. Dang, 15. Let's go. Yo, what's up, Aries EMS? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? The Switch 1 was there for me in some nasty times. You know about some of those. Those sure helped me get through. Oh, bro, I'm telling you, man. I was going through some craziness as well. Like, that's why I related so much to when you talked to me about it, Cyber. Because, like, I related so much to some of the nasty times Party Man knows. Bro, almost the whole Switch 1 era I was going through. It actually legitimately, it's still kind of going on, but it's like, it's a lot more, it's like we got some of it worked out, but like, it's crazy. Like I said, I'll let y'all know exactly what everything in like 5 years. I'll let y'all know in about 5 years. If any of you guys are still, you know, watching the channel and all that, in 5 years, I'll let you know the full extent of what happened back in 18-ish or so. But I gotta wait 5 years. Let's see here. Chris the Shriner Dog with the $5 dono. And so, what up? Says Ocarina of Time Remake Remaster. I won't believe it until it actually happens. Hello from Oregon this time. Yes, sir. Yeah, we got some rumors going around that, you know, that there's going to be that for the anniversary. So, I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on if there was one. David V with the 15 months. What's up, David V? Welcome. No, I'm not getting a travel case. I haven't bought my case from, I got to buy my Satisfy case this weekend. I got to buy that. You see Metaphors on Xbox Game Pass? I did see that, but I already purchased the game. And I bought it and I purchased it. So, I mean, there's not really any, like, there's, like, no point in me, like, you know, I don't know what else to say. Because it's, like, it's cool that it's on there for those who missed it. Or for those who want to play it, Aries. It's just, yeah, I already played it and beat it. So, I was just like, yeah. It's good, though, for those who want to play it on Game Pass. It's there. It's definitely there. It's definitely there. Let's see here. Switch got you through a bad breakup. Nice, nice. Some of my family members passed away during the Switch 1 era, but they're still here in spirit. Yes, sir, party man. Yes, sir. Keep them with you. I had a great day today. Got to go out and celebrate with the family, and I'm exhausted. Just lurk in the background, fall asleep to your soothing beef cream voice. That sounds weird, but that at the same time, it's all good. He said he already got it on Xbox. Nice. I tried to buy the Satisfy grip. They said it'll ship by August. Damn, August? Oh, man, that's too... Dang, I might have to get something different. Ship by August? What are we in? June, July? Oh, my God. That sucks. I should have already bought it. I don't know why it's... Well, you know what? They're actually not that far away from me, so maybe I'll get it sooner. Justin with the $5 dono? What's up, Justin?
The Switch helped me take my mind off of so much loss and pain.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, to all the haters, go marry a Steam Deck.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, man, that's crazy. Shoutouts, Justin.
I've been following you to keep up with NX info in 2016.
Yes, sir.
As rumor heavy as it was back then.
Yeah, yeah.
Fast forward to now, and I'm doing the same thing, but more facts and roasts.
Yes, sir. Shoutouts to Matt Roadhouse. Yeah, I know you've been around for a hot minute as well, so thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. Big love to also Beast and Toast. Beans Toast? Beast and Toast? I don't know how to say it. With the $2, Beans and Toast. Beans and Toast. There you go. You're British. You have to be. With the British pound says, bless up, Essence and the chat. Yo, shout outs. Bless up, baby. Put the hands up. Put the hands in the air and wave around like you just don't care. Let's go. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. No, I haven't heard about those, AJ. Big love, though. Thank you guys for the support coming through, like always. Shout outs. Matt Roadhouse. Thank you, man. Big love. Beans and Toast. Big love. Thank you for the 2. Justin and Caitlin extending that Hokage lead to 15, becoming the sole Hokage. Anybody does 15 or more, you can type or pass up my man Justin. But we still got to type the top of the stream ninja board. Let's go. Combo breaks. And of course, extensions. You guys know how it is. We got a 30-minute extension already unlocked. Let's go.
Overclock Buster!
Overclock's in the house. You guys know how we do it. Big love. Let's see. I saw a case on Amazon called... Yeah. I don't know what that is. I've never heard anything about that. YouTube recommended yours and Prime's debate about Nintendo turning into EA. It was pretty funny. Oh yeah, that was an interesting debate. I think I can look back down and I think I was right. I don't think Nintendo's definitely not EA. Like I think I can look back. I can look back and say I was right on that one. But yeah, it was a funny debate for sure. Justin with the $5 dono. Let's go, Justin again.
Fast Fusion is shaping up to be pretty impressive.
Yeah.
They actually got it to 4K 60 FPS now.
Yes, they did. They were able to get it to 4K 60 FPS, so that was pretty cool, you know, in the quality mode. I mean, it was already going to run in 4K 60 FPS, but now they have a quality mode 4K 60 FPS. So, yeah, definitely good stuff. Definitely good stuff. In terms of the news for Ocarina of Time, there's rumors that Nintendo's going to be doing people in the know that say that Nintendo's going to be doing a Ocarina of Time remake or remaster or something for the anniversary coming up. So we'll see if that's the holiday game for this year, or if they announce it at least. Let's see here. Shout outs though. It was also thanks to OJ here. It motivated me to learn more about professional football so I can understand all the jokes. Nice. Party man with the $5.
Been on this channel for about 10 years. Been here through the end of Wii U, NX rumors,
Crazy.
Switch 1 launch, Switch Pro rumors, and now Switch 2 rumors and launch.
Let's go.
We finally get to experience a brand new Mario Kart launch together for the first time too.
Oh man, it's satisfying, Party Man. Yeah, you've been here. Party Man's been here for a long time. He's been here for a very long time. Shout out to Party Man, brother. Like always, thank you for the $5, and of course, thank you for the overclock. Let's go. 45-minute extension. We are out here tonight. Let's rack it up. We out here living it up. Let's go. Thank you guys so much for the combo breaks. Almost at that 60, but what that 100, we do get the extension. We do get the bonus. Seen a few Switch 2 games in the store today. They said that they have a few spare ones of day release. Nice. You're in the UK, right? So you talk about like Game or something like that. So yeah, Fast Fusion 100% day one buy for me. Yes, I'm picking up Fast Fusion day one as well. I'm definitely picking up Fast Fusion day one. Does Nintendo Life know about this? I better ask them first. Nintendo Life know about what? A couple days ago, I was at Nintendo World Epic Universal. Got me so hyped. Yo, Cyber Taurus with the $50 Party Man beatdown. Yo, Cyber, let's
Sorry,
go.
Party Man. One more to end the Switch 1 era.
Party Man, sorry, dude. We gotta beat you down one more time to end the Switch 1 era, the Jojo Friday era. Yo, we out here. Yo, thank you so much, Cyber Taurus. Yo, dropping the big love. Let's get it. You guys give some love to Cyber Taurus. Like always, 7 on the Jojo boards. We out here tonight. Yo, thank you so much, Cyber Taurus, man. I appreciate you, fam. Like always, 60 on the board. Becoming the new Okage Extreme Ninja. Yo, we out here. Cyber T. Now we got to go with the abbreviation down at that point. Yo, we out here. Anyway, that is 60. I'm going to give it up my man Cyber T on the board. 50 in terms of the Stream Ninja. Thank you so much, Mr. Cyber T. Let me know about some music too, guys. A lot of you guys are dropping donos. Nobody's actually requesting any music tracks. So if you've dropped the dono, let me know in the chat and we can get a playlist going if you've already dropped the dono and I'll play it for you. Johnny with the $2.99 too. Shout out to Johnny. It's me, Johnny, baby. Thank you so much, Johnny. I appreciate you, fam. Yo, let's go. Thank you guys for the support. Combo breaks. And we're going even further than beyond tonight, man. We're going up to that 100. Let's go. Shout outs. What's up, Dave? What's up, Alexi? What's up, Yoshi? What's up, Roadhouse? What's up, Slate Hood? What's up, Corruptible Gaming? Amazon has some more Switch 2s for pre-order right now. Amazon in the US does not sell Switch 2, so you must be in a different country, right? Yeah, in the UK. All right, there we go. Dion West, hey, I just paid off my Switch 2 games. New Pro Controller, camera today. Ready for next week. Yes, go. Let's go, Dion. Let's get it, baby. He's going to mop the floor with me. It's all I got. Hey, look, man. We got to take Party Man out some way. Let's go. Cyber Taurus. You guys give him some love. Give him some combo breaks. Give him some combo breaks in the chat, brother. Marcel Wade. Yo, shout-outs. I couldn't fit the song request in the donation. Can you play Switch 1 and 2 Arc theme Road Taken Roar? Yes, I can play that for you. Road Taken Roar. So yeah, Justin and Cyber Taurus and Beans and Toast, Matt Roadhouse. If you guys have music tracks that you guys want me to play, since you guys drop donos as well, let me know. Cyber Taurus, if you got a few tracks, let me know as well, since you dropped multiple. Same thing, Justin. If you got a couple tracks, if you want to play it too, I got you. I'll try to see if I can put them in a queue, right? So we can just go one by one. Let's see. Hey, hope you're doing well. What do you think the Switch 2 OLED in the future? I think it's definitely possible in the future, but probably like, 3 or 4 years from now. I'm guessing Nintendo will probably do like a Switch 2 Pro, and maybe they'll do an OLED like after, like I said, like 3-4 years maybe. I think they're going to keep this screen around for a while. I think they're going to keep this Switch around for a bit. It's strong enough to where it can probably get games for the next 3 to 4 years, no problem. Justin with the $3 dono coming in. What's up, Justin?
It looks like Dragon Quest III HD Remake is going to be my last Switch 1 game that I play and beat.
Nice. Anybody playing any final Switch 1 games before the Switch 2 comes out, or what are your final ones that you guys are playing? Let's go. Say it with me now. Switch 2 hype, you said. I've live chatted with Walmart and they asked how will the Switch deliver before 9 a.m. They said Uber, Lyft. Looks like many of us will have random car delivering the Switch 2 on Thursday. Yes, they're definitely. I mean, they can't do it like with the post office or something like that, or with like the normal. It's gonna be people just drivers, you know, just going out like the ninja, like the Great Ninja War. Like they're like, go, my drivers. This will be like ninjas all delivering Switch 2s to people's houses as fast as possible. So yeah. Triple A Job. What's up, Triple A Job? What's up, D Money? Welcome. How you doing today? Nothing on stream transfer. I can use my existing Nintendo account on Switch 2 without transferring Switch 1 games. I can't seem to find a satisfactory answer. Does anyone know if there's all or nothing on the system transfer? I think you can pick what you can transfer. From what I understand, you can pick what you want to transfer over, or you can simply just upload your account on the new Switch. You don't have to transfer everything. Just upload your account on the new Switch and your account will be there. So you can just sign in and it'll be that way too. So if you don't want to transfer over your games and all that, you don't have to. You can just sign in on your new Switch and you're good there. And then you'll have access to all your games and what you want to download or not. Orlando Ramos says you can pick. So there you go. Nah, I'll keep getting Switch 1 games even if they don't have Switch 2 versions. Okay, yeah. Hi OJ, I'm excited for my Switch 2 on June 4th. Let's go. The name says I'm picking it up once Donkey Kong drops. Okay, nice. Hopefully they'll be readily available, right? I actually think Nintendo might do a Switch 2 Lite first to have a cheaper model in the market. Yeah, Nintendo usually does the Lite system first. So I think we might see like a Lite system in like 2 to 3 years. And then maybe like a Pro system or something like that, like 4 years or so plus. So yeah, that's also very highly likely that they do a Lite system first to drop the price. That's where you get to drop the price. It's going to be that. So maybe they drop that down to about maybe like 350 to 400 or something like that. Probably like 350. But it's really going to be dependent on the parts and components. Like if they can shrink it, parts and components, and actually get like what features do you strip out? You know, those are the type of things that, you know, that Nintendo will probably be looking into to make it a little bit smaller. Probably like the same size of like in between a Switch Lite and like a Switch OLED. Probably somewhere in between that size, you know. Let's see here. What's up, Boo Boo? Welcome. Thank you for answering. Hey, no problem. Thank you for being here. Thanks for coming out to the stream. If you have any other questions, let me know, guys. I got you. Let's see here. Sea of Stars will be my final Switch 1 game. Nice. Shout outs to Sea of Stars. If you guys have not seen my most recent video on Sea of Stars, I actually had a sponsored video like about a week or so ago, and I talk about it. No spoilers. So if you want a really cool independent RPG to play on your Switch 1 or even Switch 2 with backwards compatibility, check out Sea of Stars. That game is available now and with free DLC. And the Combat 2.0 update. Will you stream the Summer Games Fest? I'll probably stream Summer Games Fest. Maybe. We'll see. Summer Games Fest, I think it's... What day is it? It's the Thursday. I don't know what time Thursday it will be. So I might be on a plane back here. I think I'll be driving. I'm not sure if I'll actually be able... Let me double check. Let me see here. Summer Games Fest 2015. Let me see what time. Yeah, 2 p.m. PT, 5 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I think I'm going to be on a plane or I'm going to be driving back from... So, yeah. Wait, no, it's June 6th. So it's the next day. Oh, it's the next day. Okay, I thought it was June 5th. Sorry. June 6th. So that's going to be Friday. Yeah, I think I'll be able to stream it. Yeah, I'll be able to stream it. I'm good. I think I'm good. I'm good for it. So yeah. I'm good. Sounds good. One Me Game says, hey players, it's 6 days to go. Yes, sir. Let's get it. Adam Carson with the $5 dono and says, thinking about I believe I've only been a member a couple years to close to it, but I've watched you for close to 4 years. Here's to many more. Yes, sir, Adam Carson. You've been a member. Yeah, I've seen you here for a long time. I know you've been watching and stuff like that. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you for the $5. We out here, guys. We are going. We're already over 100. We had a record-breaking night the other night with 500 combo breaker. I don't know if we're going to be able to get that tonight, but we're already over 100 on the combo breaker, so I appreciate that. I'll do my best to add on extra time, like always, if we do hit more goals. So let's go. Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D Remake probably won't be my last Switch 1 game I play, but it'll be the last one I play on my Switch 1. Yes. When I saw the launch title, Rush, I was thinking San Francisco Rush from the old Midway games. Yeah, that's not what I was talking about. But shout outs to San Francisco Rush. Let's be honest, that drive or flight home might be better than the show. Yeah, maybe. But it's the day before. I think I'll be back. I'll be back on Thursday. So yeah, I think I'm leaving. Yeah, I'll be back on Thursday. I thought about Friday, but I'm like, yeah, let me just leave and let me get back as soon as possible. Just because I got stuff that I got to do here back at home. Mustache Man with the $3 says, just wanted to say, what up? Hey, what's up, fam? Thank you, Mustache Man. Thank you for the big $3. Shout outs to all the Pure Eye. We got a lot of Pure Eye boys in the chat. Thank you guys for the Pure Eye boys. Yo, thank you guys for spreading the positivity. Let's go. Shout outs to Cyber Taurus. Shout outs to all the homies. If you guys want to shout out, make sure you say what up in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. You guys crushed the last night 4-hour stream. I left daughter's concert. Yeah, how was your daughter's concert, Cyber Taurus? Like, what was going on there? What was going on there? Like, everything go good? I have heard that despite the estimated delivery date, Target can deliver pre-orders earlier than that. Heard it was happening with a lot of PS5s and series. I'm not so sure about that, Roadhouse. Don't bank on it, but if it happens, cool, you know? Hey, what's up, J2 Kart World? What's up, Style Boys? Adroxus with the 21 months. Ayo, combo breaks. Thank you for the 21 months. Appreciate that. Hey, what's up, John Doe? Juggalo. There's no last Switch 1 games for me, as I'm still playing the system every day. I won't quit just because Switch 2 comes. Yeah. I mean, when Switch 2 comes out, there's no point for me in playing Switch 1. At least playing Switch 1 games on that system. It will be switched over to the Switch 2 system. There's no point, unless the game isn't supported. But there's not any games that I saw on the list that I'm going to want to play on my, you know, that's not supported. So, yeah. Shout outs though, Nin. Adam says, technically my last Switch game was either Tears of the Kingdom or Xenoblade Chronicles 3 last summer. Haven't had any video games since, unfortunately, focused on tabletop games right now. Okay, tabletop games. That's fun. I'm fuming today as I really need to calm down. I hope you can cheer me up. OJ, Alvin, I'm sorry that you're fuming. But here's the thing that I'll say. Like, when you're fuming, man, when you're mad or upset, bro, just, like I said, take a few deep breaths. Just relax. You know, like I said, if whatever you're dealing with is done with, then, you know what I'm saying, you got to put it behind you. You know what I'm saying? Put it behind you and look forward to what's in front of you. And that's the Nintendo Switch 2. So no matter how upset or fuming you are, the Nintendo Switch 2 is in front of you, which that's going to be awesome. So there's good news around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, she crushed it. She finished the smooth by Rob Thomas at the end. Nailed it. Nice. Hey, congratulations to her. Tell her I said good job. Fist bumps in the house. Let's go. Hey, what's up, Uncario? Welcome to the stream, brother. How you doing today? How's the land of the rising sun over there? How's everything going, man? Yoshi says, so I played a ton of Xenoblade X Chapter 13 new content yesterday. I'm confident I'll be able to finish the game this weekend. I'll start a second playthrough on Switch 2. Nice. Yeah, I actually just stopped my playthrough. I'm just waiting for the Switch 2 to see what's going on there, you know? Like, I've got a lot of games to test and a lot of games to play, so, and a lot of updates and things, so, like, Mario and Luigi Brothership, stop that so I can play it on Switch 2. Xenoblade Chronicles X, stop that so I can play it on Switch 2. Echoes of Wisdom, stop that so I can play it on Switch 2. There's, like, a number of games. Like, Mario Odyssey didn't get everything so I can play it on Switch 2. Like, oh my goodness, man. Like, Zelda Breath of the Wild, obviously, Tears of the Kingdom, didn't play more of that. So, like, there's a ton of games that I have to play. I have a whole Switch 1 backlog on top of Switch 2 games coming out this year. So I'm good, dude. I don't think I'm going to be playing... I don't think I'm going to be playing anything else but Switch 2 for the rest of the year. Like, I don't know if there's any games that I'm excited about coming out. Like, I'm not really big into, like, Death Stranding. Maybe Ghost of Yotei. Maybe I'll play that game. But, I mean, I think I'm going to be, like, knee-deep. You know, I'm going to be, you know, full of games. It's going to be, like, you know, I'm going to have tons of games to play. It's going to be great. AAA job. Bro, I'm not listening to anything that you got to play about what you got to say about Xenoblade, Brett. Ain't nobody listening, man. We already know. You've already done this before. I think you forgot. Maybe your brain reset. We already know. I'm ending the Switch 1 era with Mario Kart 8. Fitting end to new beginnings with Mario Kart World. All right, shout outs. Let's go. Save for me, man. Stop so many to switch to them up. Yes, sir. Persona 4 on Switch 2. I think Persona 4 Remake is coming to Switch 2 and Xbox and PlayStation and PC. So I got work on the 5th, so I can't show up in person for the launch stock unless I want to stink later on. I'm hoping that my target comes through, especially since I live right there. Let's go. Let's go. I'm ending the Switch 1 era. Okay, I already read that. Shout outs to Party Man Cart and J2 Cart and Party Man Cart World. Both of them worlding. John K. What's up, John K? Welcome. Like our Saturday morning, just finished breakfast with the fam. Hey, there you go, man. That's nice. So many games, so little time. I think that's the problem. It's like when you're young, not enough money, plenty of time. When you're old, you got money, but then no time. So that's the problem with growing up. That's the problem. Says no way Ocarina of Time rumors. I know, seriously, no way. Right? Yeah, Ocarina of Time rumors. They're remake, potential remaster, something happening. It looks like Nintendo has an open slot for November for games. So it looks like maybe we might get something that has not been announced yet for the Switch 2 this year. So the fact that we're already pretty much halfway through the year is crazy, right? Like we just got into 2025 and now we're already halfway through the year, which is crazy, you know? Let's see here. Hey, what's up, Gabby Mariner? Time to I know we need shadow clones like Naruto or something, you know? Hopefully Walmart ships my Switch by launch. I think you'll get it. Walmart, they're pretty good. Walmart probably have the best launch experience. They probably have the best launch experience, for me at least, when we were doing the whole trying to get one. Walmart was pretty good. 1 terabyte SD Express cards, waiting for them to drop the price or getting day one. Yeah, I'm not getting day one because I can't find one. So I'll get one when I can, you know, when they're available. So, yeah. So too many games, so little time to play them. Yep. That's just really how it is. Hope it's a full remake. Yeah, if they do have a remake, or if they do a re-release for Ocarina of Time, a full remake would be nice if they can get it done, but we'll see, you know. All right, what's up, Sidious? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? I wanted to play a lot of Mario Kart 8 to finish the Switch one, but I can't for too long. Too many Yoshis and Teddy Buggy absolutely cooking me. Party Man, how do you deal with the Yoshis and the Teddy Buggy? I mean, Party Man, he's a resident cheater, resident, you know, top tier man. Just likes to use the top tier carts. He looks ridiculous. He'll put little baby wheels on a little ladybug, flying with little flapping wings and all sorts of stupidity. Little bug glider, all this dumb stuff. Looks ridiculous. Looks absolutely ridiculous for a princess, an actual princess, to be riding in. But yeah, that's Party Man for you. You know what I'm saying? He was sitting there with the dumbest car combination that all of a sudden turns into freaking Speed Racer. Turns into damn what's it? Dale Earnhardt Jr. Turns into freaking Kyle Petty. I don't know, like turns into Jeff Gordon all of a sudden. Just turns into just Speed Racer, man. Like, goodness gracious. Just all it takes is little stupid kart combinations. All of a sudden he's just going Mach speed. It's crazy. I thought he's playing F-Zero. Everybody else playing Mario Kart, he's playing F-Zero. DeAndre with the $3.64. Hey yo.
What's up, OJ?
What's up?
I bought Nintendo stock today, so you guys are now indirectly putting money into my pockets.
Okay.
Play Pokemon Fire Red Champion theme, please.
This man got some Ninty stock. Hey, let's go, man. Let's go. I hope it expands for you and you make some money. Let's get it, man. Thank you so much for the $3 dono. We out here going further than beyond with that Nintendo stock. Pokemon Fire Red Champion theme. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. All right. Let's see. Pre-order Switch 2 through Walmart. Ease opening night. My order says arriving by June 6th. Ooh, okay. Don't know if anyone else knew this, but GameStop's apparently had this thing exclusive Switch 2 where you sign up and you put in front of the line on pre-order day.
Now that I have had time to reflect on the Switch,
okay,
I think my favorite Switch game was Super Mario Odyssey with Kirby and the Forgotten Land right behind it.
Yeah, those are two. Yeah, you guys can start putting your favorite Switch games too, I guess, right? That might be a good topic to go over. What do you remember fondly the most? And for me, it's like the Xeno games. For me, it's definitely going to be Xeno. It's definitely going to be Fire Emblem. Definitely gonna be like Mario Wonder. Odyssey was great, but Wonder to me just felt majestic. Metroid Dread was awesome for me. SMT5, the original vanilla release, was so good. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Breath of the Wild, obviously Breath of the Wild. Xenoblade 2. There's so many good memories that I have. Mario plus Rabbids, first playing that, even like ARMS and Splatoon 2, playing the Splatoon 2 game nights, man. It was so great. It was so great. So many good memories. DeAndre, thank you for the $3.64. I don't think you guys can hear. Yeah, here, let me replay it a little bit. Can you guys hear the music in the background? The background music. Justin, thank you for the $3. Monado Mario with the $3 dono coming in as well. Let's go.
You also have the Taiwanese reps here, lol. Still
Nice.
gonna play my Switch 1 though.
Okay.
And today is Dragon Boat Festival here. Also, I saw RGT's recent video. Not I totally agree with what he said, he has a point, kinda. But most of us willing to debate RGT.
I didn't see his video, so I don't know what he said. I'm sorry, I didn't see his video, so I don't know what he said in the video. But yeah, thank you for the $3, Minato Mario. I appreciate that. Viz says, love your energy and enthusiasm for the launch. OJ, can't wait. As my dad, Switch saved my gaming life, and I can't wait for the sequel. Yes, sir. Hoping for Xenosaga or Xenoblade Saga Switch 2 updates. Okay, yeah, that'd be really good, John. I agree. Looking forward to that. Rob says, has to be Mario Odyssey, Astral Chain, and obviously Breath of the Wild. Oh yeah, Astral Chain too. Yeah, Astral Chain as well. Breath of the Wild, Doom 2016. That port was insane at the time. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go over like my final list, like my final top 25 Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch games. I think that's gonna be a good. That's gonna be like a good list for like the finish off the Switch era. Like my final. This is it. Top 25 Switch games of all time. So we can probably do that. I'll probably work on that this weekend. Shout out to Rax the Great. What's up, Rex? Yo, let's go, baby. Good to see you here, man. Welcome. How are you doing today? Aside from Xenoblade games, Metroid Dread, Kirby, Forgotten Land were my most. Nice. Most exciting? Yes, sir. So Xenoblade, Breath of the Wild, first Octopath. Oh, yes. Those were all good, too. Yes. Hey, what's up, Rena? Rena, welcome. How you doing today, young lady? We should do a tier list. I'm going to do a top 25, final list, top 25 games with some rules. No more than one game per franchise. But I can mention other games when I mention that game. So I'm just going to rank it kind of like per game, also per franchise as well. So I can't have Xenoblade Definitive Edition, Xenoblade X, Xenoblade 2, Xenoblade 3, Xenoblade Torna, Future I can't do that. I'll have 6 slots for one franchise. So I'm probably going to just limit it to one franchise and then pick like my favorite out of that franchise and then mention the other games in there. So I'll pick like my favorite Zelda game and then put that. Unless it's like like a remake or something like that. But yeah. Shout outs though. Let's go, Minato Mario. Let's see. Not my favorite. Animal Crossing got us through COVID. Yeah. Animal Crossing was good. Animal Crossing was really good. Picked up Power Rangers Rita's Rewind Physical Switch. Yes, sir. Let's go. Yeah, that is ARM's motion controls mimicked a lot of elements of virtual and the twin stick controls. Okay, interesting. Mario, Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Tears of the Kingdom, Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, Astral Chain. Let's play some Kirby music since some of you guys dropped some donos and like Kirby. So, Fountain of Dreams from You Guys Know What's Going On Here. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know what's going on. My man Kirby, back at it again. What's up, OJ? Did you get the micro SD Express for Switch 2 yet? No, I haven't got one yet. No, unfortunately. I still want them to make AC cross Pokemon. Maybe one of these days, yeah? Maybe one of these days. Let's see here. Akimi, what's up, though? Welcome. All right, Party Man says, Peach likes the vehicle. Stop hating. Okay, Peach likes that vehicle. Stop hating. Pipe Frame is an awesome vehicle, especially when it comes from the Super Mario Kart. Yeah, right. What's up, Elias says, players, his video was a big waste of time. Don't bother. No, I'm pretty sure there was some good points being brought up. I mean, Minato Mario said that there's good points. I don't know what the video was about, so if you guys tell me, like I said, I didn't get a chance to watch it. To be honest, I kind of stopped watching YouTube outside of like documentaries and like videos on like the history of video games, or like, I watched like the Gunpei Yokoi video. Like, I'm kind of stopped like, watching just like random videos and just like random stuff people complaining about,
Another game I have to shout out was actually the first game I beat on Switch,
okay,
which was Sonic Mania.
Nice, Sonic Mania. Not to say that the video, like his video or other videos, aren't worth watching. It's just that I don't really have any more capacity, you know what I'm saying, to listen to what everybody's saying at this point, just because there's so many people saying so many different things, and I kind of just want to get the system, and then we can go back to actually talking about games and talking about, stuff. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure the video was great. I'm pretty sure it was a fine video, and he made good points, calls out both sides, those who hate Switch 2 and those who are positive fanboys about Switch 2. He also mentions people upset about Wood's tweet, but RGT most positive about Switch 2. Do you look at fact? Okay, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, the situation with Wood's tweet, like, I don't want to speak about it, too much, just because, I mean, I spoke with Wood about that. I literally thought it was a joke, like, so, and we had to, like, we're good now, because I know some people were saying, OJ, he called you out on the podcast and we talked about it, and everything's good. I legitimately thought it was a joke, like, because he said call me crazy. So I was like, oh, he's just joking around. Like, okay, whatever. You know, it's just a box. It's not that big of a deal. So then I made a little joke, you know, like, oh, you know, there's a big 2 on it. And remember, I said that when it didn't blow up yet. Like, it wasn't until later the tweet blew up. And then people started liking my tweet. And I'm like, oh, no, this doesn't look great. But then other people started, like, going at me over it. So I was like, okay, well, if you guys want to talk about it seriously, I mean, we can. So I made a few more jokes, but then people were like going seriously at me. So I'm like, oh, hold up. Now people are going seriously at me. So I was like, okay, well, so we can talk about it. iPhone 15, iPhone 16 boxes. They look the same. You know what I'm saying? And then like Celia quote tweeted and like I saw it and I made another. I was just like, okay, let me just deflate this. I'm like, let me just say, look at the Wii U box, the Wii U and the Wii box. Those look different. People still didn't know what's going on, you know? So she took it much better. She took it as a joke, which they were. To me, I wasn't super serious about it. But yeah, some people went nuts on Wood, which once again, I can see why he was upset. You know what I'm saying? I can see why he was upset. But we had to talk about it. But I don't think there was no reason for people to sit there and like call him names and like for people to like flame him about it. It wasn't like that big of a deal. Like I said, I thought the tweet was a joke to begin with. Like, you know, like, I did not think it was like super serious, you know? So yeah. But apparently it was kind of serious.
I'm so ready
Random
for
with the 10.
Switch 2. This time next week, we will be able to actually play on it.
Yeah. Shout outs. Let's go. Thank you so much, Rena. I appreciate that with the Jojo. Hey, yo. Thank you so much. But yeah, once again, I don't think the tweet was worth articles and videos and all. Like, it wasn't like that big of a deal. Like, he thinks it looks similar. The boxes do look similar. Can someone get confused? Absolutely, somebody could. Somebody stupid could get very confused, or that somebody in general public absolutely could get confused. You know what I'm saying? But they're probably going to get confused regardless. I don't think a different color box will unconfuse people who don't look at things. So I don't think it really even matters. You know, at the end of the day, like when people want to be confused, they're going to be confused, you know? So those people that can't look at the box, those people are the ones that, you know what I'm saying, like, are always confused on things. So yeah. But once again, I didn't take it as anything serious at first. I still don't take it. It's not that big of a deal. And like I said, the fact that people were flaming him so bad, I think that was just like ridiculous, you know? I think that it was ridiculous, in my opinion. Like, I don't think people should have done that at all. So yeah. What's up, OJ? How you doing today? Buddy, I like your video. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. You know, it doesn't understand that everything is black and white. Why has to be you either Switch 2 or you hate, either you like Switch 2 or you hate Switch 2. Not being logical, just don't get NDS. Yeah. I think those are like the finer, like there's levels in between all of it when it comes down to it. There's levels in between with whether you like it or dislike it. But there's definitely people that, like I said, there's people that are fair, that are actually fans, that you can say, okay, their opinion is a bit more valid than maybe other people's, because there are people who don't like Switch 1, don't play Switch 1, admit to never playing Switch 1 or never playing the games, never liking anything, don't have the system, said that Nintendo was terrible and evil and the worst and to pirate all their stuff with the Switch 1, and then now they're angry, finding new reasons to get angry about Switch 2. I mean, there's people that are literally PC gamers that buy everything digital, tell you to get Game Pass and whatever the case is, then get upset about game key cards as if they care about physical games. You've done nothing to preserve real physical games. You buy everything on PC. So those people are the people that are like, you just disregard, you know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, there is a high volume, a very vocal minority of people that are like that, right? If you want to talk about like the black and white of it, right? Or like the in-between, there are a large amount of people who don't even like anything. They don't play, they don't support, they don't do anything, but they got something to say. And those people are annoying as hell. Like, those people are the most annoying, because these people, like I said, don't even support the Switch 1. They never support it. They don't like Nintendo, but they've got videos on videos on videos about Switch 2. For what? You don't care. You know you don't care, but you're using it to come up. You're using it to clout chase. Do you guys see me making a bunch of videos off of ROG Ally X, Super ROG Ally 5? I don't care. So I'm not going to be sitting here and acting like I care about stuff just so I can try to clout up off of it. And I think that's the thing that we have to look at and realize in terms of like hate or not hate or whatever. Yes, there's valid, people that are in all walks, okay? Or overall, there's valid criticism, which we've had that here too. But overall, if you're looking at it from a launch, we did the launches of Nintendo Switch 2 compared to every other launch. It's not even close when it comes to the quality of games, when it comes to the system, when it comes to the features, when it comes, like, it's not even close. There's still some things that are not good, but it's not even close at all. And you've got a lot of disingenuous people that legitimately don't care. Like I said, don't care, don't play, don't do anything, but they got stuff to say. Now, if you played, if you have the Switch 1, if you support the games and you're being logical about your criticism or your praise, then that's fair. But there are YouTubers and content creators that legitimately don't buy anything Nintendo, but have everything to say, and they're sitting there and they're rage baiting people, and that needs to be said, right? So that needs to be said. But yeah, there's people in between. There's people that are just praising, and then there's people that are not. But here's what I will say. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. Everyone is entitled to their opinion 100%. Everyone is entitled. If you think nothing's bad about the system, that's your opinion. If you think everything's bad about the system, that's your opinion. And anybody else can judge how they feel about what you say. You know what I'm saying? Or anywhere in between. So everyone's has a right to judge. So if you think that this person is incorrect with how they're assessing it or whatever, they're not any more wrong or right than anybody else that's anywhere in that, because it's all opinion based on what you think. There are some people who don't give a damn about key cards. They do not care. There are some people who do. There are some people that don't care about, a day one update, right? Because everything needs a day one update these days. Everything needs online or internet. And then there's people that all of a sudden turn that into it's some type of massive issue, even though, once again, you're going to need online and internet for any modern system. If you buy a digital only system, you're going to need internet. It doesn't operate without internet. How are you going to import your profile? How are you going to download games? How are you going to update the system to work? If you get a disk drive for your PS5, any PS5 that you get, the slim or the bigger, the disk drive needs an update. So it's like there's certain things that are like some people are angry or arguing about that make no sense. They're being hypocritical in their assessment, because they're buying systems or playing systems that also regularly need updates, that regularly need things, stuff like that. So to me, it's really, once again, it's really one of these things that there is no right or wrong overall, right? You can be on any side of the fence that you want to be on, and then people can judge whether you're logical or not, Somebody can say everything's fine and explain exactly why. Somebody can say everything's terrible, then explain exactly why. And they both technically could be logical about it. However, there are people that are very hypocritical and are not logical about one side or the other, or even in between, right? So I think that's really what it comes down to. It's a case-by-case basis, You have a lot of patience because Wood said Claire's farming Switch 2 because he hates hate because his statement is frankly brain dead. Look, listen, I don't think it's a brain dead statement. Like the packages look similar, okay? And there are a lot of dumb people that go to like retail, but I think the difference here, the nuance, here's the nuance part of it. The nuance part of it is that you can't go to a Switch. Most places here in America, maybe some places, but most places, they do not leave systems unattended. They do not leave systems on the shelf. You have to actually ask. Usually, people that are unsure will be unsure, and any person working will know when someone's unsure and can help them. I've seen it a million times when I've been in Walmart or in Best Buy. People can get the help that they need if they're unsure on something. So if there's any problem, then there will be in-store prompts like the new Switch 2. Nintendo will make sure that there's displays and everything, and that's going to be prominently featured. So most people with the big 2 on the system and with the new Nintendo Switch 2 and pointing to it and kind of guiding your hand to it, there's going to be a much smaller Nintendo Switch 1 segment. That's going to be obviously more off. It's not going to have the signs pointing to it. If you want it, it's going to be there, but it's going to be not as advertised as the new system,
My Walmart is getting prepared. They are putting up signs everywhere today.
Exactly. So if you need help, you might be confused, but if you need help, especially if you're buying a new system, the people working there will be able to help you. Chances of you just walking up, grabbing the wrong system, paying for it, and walking out of a store in America, okay? In America is probably highly unlikely. It's unlikely that's the case. Now, once again, you can still be confused. That's still definitely, it's not a brain dead statement, because it's something that people probably, some will be, because the packaging does look similar, but they are going to be held separately. They are going to be held in different things, and people are going to be able to ask for help. But once again, you're going to have signs, you're going to have everything pointing towards, hey, this is the one that you want, you know, not the old one. So I think that's really what it comes down to, you know. Let's see here. That was the point I was mentioning in my tweet. Yeah. Fortunately, if you say this right now, and according to PC fanboys, it even earns your fanboy because you're defending Nintendo. No, there's nothing about that. I'm just simply talking about my experience in retail, from what I know in retail and from what I have seen personally. When people are confused, they get help. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I don't really see confident idiots when it comes to buying video game systems. They'll usually ask for help, and they'll describe what they need, or they'll be confused and be like, hey, I need some help. I think I want this one. Is this the new one? They'll ask some questions. They'll be confused, and they might think about the wrong one first, right? But ultimately, they'll get the right one if there's somebody there willing to help them, you know, or they'll bring a picture. That's what a lot of people do in today's day. They bring pictures of what they want. So as long as their grandchild or their brother or their sister or whoever's asking them to get whatever they're getting says, hey, granny, or hey, mom and dad, or whatever, I need this one, Nintendo Switch 2, and give them the picture, they can just show it to the person in the store, and the person can get them, oh, they want the Nintendo Switch 2, especially if you go there confused. You know, people usually don't buy video game systems on a whim. It's not like, you know, like a CD or like a, you know, like a movie or a DVD. It's an expensive machine. So most people don't buy it on a whim. They buy it on like, okay, like I'm buying it for someone, so I need to make sure that I'm getting the right thing. Now, sure, things can still happen in terms of getting the wrong one, but the chances of that when you're buying a video, like $100-something, you know, $400 video game system or $300-something video game system is probably slim to none when it comes down to it, you know. Let's see, do you know if Arceus is getting Switch 2 upgrade? It is not right now. We'll see later though, Ninja, please. Hi, OG. Aside from upgrade packs for games, how many Switch 2 games will you buy day one? Probably two. Probably, maybe Cyberpunk and something else. We'll see. So OJ, what do you think the second all-time best-selling game on Switch 2? Because everyone knows number one is Mario Kart. What's your prediction? Well, I think it's going to end with Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing has a pretty good lead over number 3. So yeah, Animal Crossing, New Horizons. Let's see here. How is it not brain dead when there's a giant 2 in front of the box? Yeah, because that's agreed. But he's basically, here's what his breakdown is, from what I understand. The breakdown is this, and from what other people understand, people are stupid. So people are dumb. The general public is dumb, and they are not going to notice the 2 on the box. So that's essentially what it is. And if you've worked retail, yeah, sometimes people are dumb. They don't notice things. But I don't think they don't notice things at a high degree with hundreds of dollars, like, you know, $400 video game systems. Once again, like I said, it's a little bit different with video game systems. They are locked away. Now, if you could just grab them off the shelf and if they're right next to each other, absolutely. Somebody can just say, oh, oops, my bad. We've all made the wrong decision on picking something out. And the general public probably might not see it. Some of them might not see that big 2 on there, you know, like, because the packaging does look similar. Now, here's the thing, though. The Nintendo Switch 2 is the new thing. So since it's the new thing, it's going to be positioned to be the new thing. It's not going to be sitting there right next to the old thing everywhere. They're going to say, hey, this is the new thing. So people, what you want to do in your stores, that you want to make your displays to where people can't be confused because you're directing them towards what you want, which is the new thing, not the old thing. And once again, there's going to be people there to help them. So if people are confused, they can get the help, especially when you're spending $300-something, $400. You want to be sure that you're getting the right thing, right? At the end of the day. So I don't think there's really going to be any big, major problems overall. But once again, I think that it's fair to bring that up, considering the packaging does look similar. I do think that it's fair. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's correct for everyone. Doesn't mean that you can't disagree. But I think it's fair. And once again, you know, I said I had a talk with him and he kind of explained where he was coming from. But once again, I thought it was a joke. You know, I didn't think that it was something like, I wasn't trying to ratio him or trying to show him up or anything like that. So I want to make sure I make that very clear. I thought it was a joke. I commented like 15 minutes after he made the post or something like that. It wasn't that long after he made the post where I commented. You know, I thought it was just joking around. I wasn't serious, you know. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, Switch 2, not Switch 1. Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I have to. It's up in there. Probably Mario Kart, man. If I had to take, I'd probably bank on Mario Kart being the best-selling game. I mean, that's probably going to be it. Mario Kart's usually the best-selling game or one of the top-selling games. So I'm gonna go with Mario Kart. Let's see. Only Stevie Wonder cannot see the. Okay, I feel you, Elias. I feel you. OJ, do you think Super Mario Wonder will ever get a free Switch 2 update? I mean, it could. I mean, it already runs at 1080p 60 frames, so I mean, I'm guessing maybe they can get that to 4K 120. I mean, there's not really much you can do. Maybe game share. Hope Nintendo servers won't crash day one. Hopefully, I think we'll be okay. Let's see here. I was referring to what you said earlier about how people can have their own opinions about Switch 2. The problem is the hypocrisy from these PC fanboys. Yeah, I wouldn't really take anything anybody from the PC crowd has to say, because once again, you know, in terms of the hypocrisy, and if they have a legitimate normal thing that anybody else is saying, that's fair. But like I said, I've seen hardcore PC people complain about game key cards and they buy everything PC. And once again, they don't even support the Switch 1. They didn't support that system. So what are they complaining about? Just play your PC, you know? Like, what is there to be yelling at? Once again, it's rage bait. You don't really care about the system. You didn't care about the previous system. You don't buy the games. You don't support anything about it. I don't think it matters what Nintendo does for some of these people, you know? So that's the one thing that I'll say. Remember, I bought a Steam Deck and some of these crazy PC guys got mad at me, said, how dare you talk about Steam Deck? How dare you talk about Steam Deck? How dare you didn't spend enough time with it. These guys don't play Nintendo at all. Yet they think yet they have no problem making video after video complaining, and they don't even play it at all. But some of these guys, some of these content creators got upset at me for simply saying I'm selling it for this. And I have a PC. I play PC. I played my Steam Deck. I spent $550 on it. So that's the reason why I say I don't take some of these people seriously, you know, because they were sitting there, some of these guys were sitting there pissed off, angry, or not pissed off, angry, but sitting there saying something about me and what I said about Steam Deck, and I had it. I had the system. And they don't even have it. They don't even play the system. They don't even play it. They don't even care about it. They don't like it for anything, you know? And so, and then all of a sudden they're super authority. Like now we got to listen to them on Switch 2 for what? Like, you don't play the games. You don't care. You're just talking about it just because it's the popular thing to talk about for views, you know? So yeah. Justin with the $3 dono says,
so did you see the Hunter x Hunter game demo?
I saw the Hunter x Hunter game demo, and it's not looking good, guys. I saw the demo, and it is not looking good. It's just not. It's not the combos, the infinite strings, just oh my gosh. It's not. No. They need to fix that. They need to balance it. They need to fix it before it launches, but it's not. It's just not it right now. It's not it. I'm very unfortunate. Oof. I know. Oof. Because Nintendo's the only threat to their PC master race. Like I said, these PC utopias considered consoles die. These games are only on PC. Yeah. People say that Switch 2 hate is rooted in the pricing, but I think it's just because of the popularity. People hate the most popular thing just because games and music. Yeah, I think that's part of it too, Ernie. The fact that it's very popular, that's the reason why some people are just angry or whatever about it. Once again, if you don't play Switch 1, if you don't like Nintendo, if you don't play it at all, but what's the point of complaining about that? If you like PC or the most, like, you know what I'm saying? If you like that, like I said, it'd be like me constantly making videos on how bad PC is since I don't like it, or I don't play it much, you know, really at all, or like ROG Allies or anything. Like, I don't make videos. I don't constantly complain about that stuff because I don't like it. So I'm not going to sit there and constantly complain. I don't spend a ton of money on it either, you know? So, but if I really wanted to grift for views, I could sit there and make negative videos all day on PC if I felt like it, you know? Cybertoast with the $10 jump.
Crimson Desert looked really good in the video this morning.
Yes, sir.
I'm seriously interested in checking that one out.
Yeah, looks good. Look good. Thank you so much, Mr. Cyber Taurus. Also extending your Hokage lead to 70 on the board. Thank you so much. Yo, I think we need to do a JoJo. I think we need to do a JoJo for him. Shout out to Cyber Taurus. Let's go, baby. Jojo Fridays. We out here. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Let's go. Shout outs. Let's go. Let's see. PC for gaming kind of sucks. I have a high-end gaming PC, but there's always something wrong with it. Man, listen, I'm not here to sit there and say PC gaming sucks. I'm not gonna grift for views. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give you guys my honest opinion on what's relevant to me and what I'm talking about, my tech that I buy, what I get. I'm not gonna sit here and dookie all over certain people online or dookie all over certain technology or certain fan bases for like zero reason 24/7. I mean, sure, you can talk about stuff that you want to, but clearly there is a grift angle to this whole thing. So, I mean, I gotta watch the vid in terms of what RGT has to say. But I think that it's probably fair. Like you said, there's both sides to all of this. But at the end of the day, if you think something's lit, if you're super excited and you think it's lit and you don't think there's anything wrong with it, that's fine. If you think everything's wrong with the Switch 2, that's also fine. It's up to you to actually explain if it's logical or not. So I think that's the thing. Like, I don't think it's like oh, both are bad. It's like, no, if you think everything's okay, then explain why you think everything's okay. If you think everything's terrible, explain why you think everything's terrible. And let the consumers, let the people decide if you're right or wrong. So recently, shout outs to Aries, $4.99, or with the $4.99, it says, the rank the rank hypocrisy of these PC fanboys deserves nothing more than a bombastic side eye. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, in my opinion, big love to Aries. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. In my opinion, it should all be judged on what you actually say, not what you said. So, it should be judged on, you know, okay, you're negative on something, right? Well, what's the logic behind that, right? That didn't make sense. What you actually say, not what you said. Sorry, my bad. You should be judged on when you say it. Okay, what's your justification for what you say? And then people are allowed to have the opinion one way or another, right? There is no morally correct answer. And I think the problem that we get to with talking about gaming is that a lot of people think that there's like some type of like, it's either you're with this or against this, right? And to me, I look at it from a very, like I said, does the person even play or support the stuff that they're talking about? If they're negative, no. Does the person even, if they don't play or talk about that, you can tell that part of it is a grift for views, right? If they don't even play it, they don't spend money on it, they tell people to steal the games. Like, there's nothing that, you just don't care. There's nothing that you can tell me about this. You're probably wrong because you're just looking for a lot of negative things, which misinformation has been a thing with some of these people. So yeah, I'm not really listening to those people. Now, the people that actually have legitimate complaints, that play the Switch 1, that can explain themselves, not just because, but they can actually explain themselves, then I'm more willing to listen. I'm even willing to listen to people who never played the Switch or anything, if they have actual good information that they're talking about, not just complaining just to complain. But you've got to explain to me if you want me to take it seriously or not. You got to explain your justification. The problem with gaming is that it's highly, like, especially YouTubers and influencers, it's highly emotional. It's emotionally charged discussion. It's not, a lot of it is. It's like 60 to 70% of what sometimes people are saying. It's, yeah, there's some like information in there, but a lot of it is emotional. You know what I'm saying? Which we saw in the debate that I had recently. We saw in the debate, it was just emotional. It was, my opinion is, I think this because I don't like this. It's like, okay, well, what's the evidence? What's the proof? Well, no, I just don't. Well, oh, people told me, or, oh, well, I don't know, maybe. It's like, and a lot of it is like that. Like, legitimately, a lot of it is like that. So I think that's the problem with a lot of gaming today. It's not based off of actual logic thoroughly. It's based off of your emotion, and then you kind of go from there, right? Let's see here. Initial J with the $4.99 says, I work mad OT with this new bill. I'm about to buy a third Switch 2 for my younger brother. Yo, for my younger brother. Play all consoles, enjoy playing video games. Yes, sir. Initial J. Thank you, man. I thank you for the $5 dono. We out here. Star Fox, baby. Shout out to Initial J. You guys give him some love in the chat. No, it's okay. I got you, man. I got you. Yeah, piece of game doesn't suck, but you have to be a mad scientist to run the game. No, I don't think you even have to be a mad scientist to run the games, you know? So yeah. I don't even think that, but shout outs though, man. Unfortunately, it happens. People were still confused about the Wii U years after it launched. Yeah, and I think that why you make something, it's the marketing, right? The marketing is what's going to make you, whether you're confused or not. If you have good marketing with like guys like Paul Rudd, you know, if you have good marketing with Paul Rudd that clearly says Nintendo Switch 2, oh, it's the second one. That's why they called it Nintendo Switch 2. They called it Nintendo Switch 2 just in case there was any type of confusion. You can say, oh, it's the sequel. I want the new one, the sequel. It's very easy because there is no other numbered Nintendo Switch. There's only one Nintendo Switch 2. So it's not like it's, oh, Nintendo Switch Z or Nintendo Switch P or Nintendo Switch, you know, OLED Max 2. It's just called Nintendo Switch 2. We've only had one Nintendo Switch in the history of Nintendo Switches. Obviously, we've had different models, but everyone just says Nintendo Switch. So then when you say the new one, like when you're looking to buy the new one, oh, the new Nintendo Switch. So that's going to be the Nintendo Switch 2. A number is the pretty much, it's the all equalizer, right? It's the equalizer so you can understand from a marketing perspective what the next thing is. So I think that with the Wii U, obviously you have a letter, you have a big tablet with a system that looks very similar to the previous system overall. So I think that's the problem with that, because they thought if you say Wii U, it's like a tablet that you connect to it, right? So that's the problem with that. I think that it's very different when you're talking about a device that's numbered 2, you know, at least in my opinion. Let's see here. I haven't been this excited for about a console launch since I was a kid. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. OJ, that King of the Hill revival sounds crazy, doesn't it? It sounds pretty crazy. I'm looking forward to it, though. Monado Mario with the $3 dono.
I noticed the pattern of these PC fanboys too. Asterisk find their sources mostly on Twitter. Asterisk having NDS. Asterisk using AI for their thumbnail for the most part. Asterisk not willing to debate. At least in equal footing. Asterisk defends PC devs like Valve, CD Projekt Red, etc.
Oh man, yeah, man, it's okay, dude. It's okay. Like I said, you know, I guess there's not as much to talk about in the PC gaming realm. You know, I don't know. There's always so much to talk about with Nintendo. I don't ever feel the need that I need to talk about anything else. Like, even though I talk about the RPG, there's so much to talk about when it comes to RPGs on multiple, you know, Clair Obscur, Oblivion, you know, multi-plat RPGs. And then there's so much stuff to talk about Nintendo. Nintendo and RPGs, I don't really feel the need that I have to branch out and talk about a bunch of other stuff that I don't care about too much, you know? I barely even spent any time on the new, like, the Xbox handheld getting sidelined. What do? We talked about it in a live stream. Like, I didn't even make a video. It's like, I don't care, you know? Like, we barely even talked about that. Or like the ROG Ally Xbox. Did I even make a video? I don't even know if I even made a video on that, you know? Like, I don't care. Just with the $3 dono.
Do you think this is going to be the max size screen Nintendo will do? I think we are close to the max for comfort.
Yeah, I think we're about at the limit, Justin. Thank you for another $3 dono. We out here, guys. Let's go. Combo breaks. Going even further than beyond. Let's get it, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let's see. That's what I thought about the time the Wii U was just an updated system or additional tablet. Even though, I mean, Nintendo clearly stated that it was a new system, but once again, the media took off with that. It wasn't. They didn't do a great job of showcasing it with the marketing. But the marketing has been on point when it comes to saying that the Switch 2 is a brand new system, more powerful system. That's been made very clear. That it's not some type of lateral step or it's not some type of, you know, upgrade. It is a brand new system, you know? So yeah. Let's see here. You just know that if they didn't name it Switch 2, they'll say it's the Wii U 2. That's what I'm saying. If they didn't call it the Switch 2, they would have been saying, "Oh my gosh, nobody's gonna know." They would have done the same exact thing. Like if they called it the Super Switch or something like that, they would be like, people are gonna think it's an upgrade. They could have had a. Once again, this is not back to wood. I'm just saying in general. They could have had a completely different color box. They could have had a completely different shape. They could have marketed everything, and people would have still said that it's just some type of upgrade, like it's a pro version or something. People would have done that. I already know people would have done that. I already know because people were already saying that beforehand. If they name it anything else outside of that, people are going to be confused. So I don't think it would have even really mattered, to be honest. And that's why I say, like, people that are going to be confused are going to be confused regardless. But I don't think that it's unfair, or I don't think that it's not a legitimate, I would say, thing to bring up. Once again, you know, I didn't know that it was a legitimate thing, but I feel bad for Wood though. I feel bad for him because like I said, people were flaming him like all day and like quote like 2,200 quote tweets. I felt like the time that I made a simple tweet about Final Fantasy, and I got quote tweeted like 200 times, and that felt like I was getting JoJo, like I was getting Star Platinum. Imagine getting quote tweeted like 2,000 times. I mean, that's nuts, you know. That is crazy. So I understand where, like, we know what he was talking about, what he was going through, you know. Hopefully the size is comfortable to hold. Yeah, I think from what I've seen or from what I've heard from the the what's it called? The hands-on. It's definitely bigger than the Switch OLED because the screen is about almost an inch bigger. It's definitely wider, but it's just as thin. So if you like the thin feel of the Switch OLED, then you should be okay with this one. But you'll probably need a grip. I think you'll probably need a grip, which will make it a little bit bigger. How can you even confuse one with two? Once again, it was the packaging on the box, Yoshi. So yeah, there's some people that will probably be confused. Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, that I got my Tom Talk Switch 2 case. I got it way better idea for how big this sucker is. Yeah. Yeah. Why do you think Nintendo is pushing achievements so hard for their Zelda update? They didn't decide to add achievements to the operating system itself. I think they just added something like a nice little thing to keep track of what you're doing. So stuff if you've already beat the game or something to kind of go back and go into. So I think that's the reason why that they're doing that. I don't think they don't feel like every game needs to have something like that. I think that's the reason why. They feel that there's a lot of stuff to do in that game, so it makes sense to kind of add it for, people that want to explore and do other stuff. But for other games, it's going to be built-in achievements, right? It's going to be built in. So I think that's the reason why. Because adding achievements to an operating system is very different from adding like a side-off, one-off thing to adding achievements to like an app for you to track or navigate. Those are two different things, One of them requires a lot more programming and attention and stuff like that. The other one does not. So, and I don't even think that they're really pushing the whole achievement thing that hard. To be honest, they're pushing more of the tech, like the fact that it runs way better frame rate resolution. That's what they're pushing a bit more, from what I've seen at least. Let's see here. I get a grip, but I haven't decided on which one yet. Shoutouts. Get one. Got to get one. The lead engineer of the Switch 2 wanted to call it Super Switch, but eventually the team decided against it. Well, they had some ideas. It's not that they were brainstorming ideas, and they all decided to come back to this. I don't think they ever, in that developer interview, they never said that they decided on, like, they wanted to call it 100%. They just said that, hey, look, we had a bunch of ideas for it, and that came up. Super Switch came up. Like, we almost called it that, but then we all kind of reconvened and was like, okay, hold up, no, we got to call it this, So, yeah, I mean, what you're saying is essentially right. I just want to make sure that we kind of nail it down. Should games that have unlocked frame rate target 60 better naturally on Switch 2? Bayonetta 3, for example? Yes, Bayonetta 3 should run better on Switch 2. It should, but it might not. But it should. Let's see here. I think the best indicator of whether it's overpriced or not will be the year 2 sales, since it'll be more average consumers buying it at that time. I don't even think there'll be more average consumers buying it at that time. I still think even in year 2, core fans that maybe just didn't have money or whatever the cases will be buying it then. Because you have to remember, it's really going to be based off of games. And I think that, and I don't understand why people don't say this, but the games are going to be the deciding factor whether people buy it or not. If the games come out that are good in year 2, then people will buy it. If the games do not come out, then people will not buy it. So it's not just based off of, whether the consumers are going to buy it or not, based off of the casuals or no, it's going to be based off the games. So in year 2, if there's no games, don't expect it to sell. But if there's a lot of good games that get people excited, then expect it to sell. So that's really going to be the indicator. It's not based off of just average consumers in year 2. No, it's based off the games in year 2. That's what sells systems, guys. Don't forget it. That gets lost and I don't know why it gets lost in this, but I see a surprising amount of people who think games aren't the definitive factor on what sells a system, which is crazy to me. So you should never mention how a system sells without saying what games come out for it. Like, that's, especially out of all the systems, Nintendo for sure plays by that. You've got to have the games that gets people excited, the first party games. So if Nintendo has great first party games next year, then the system will sell. If they have, let's just say they launch with, hypothetically speaking, Animal Crossing, Smash Brothers, Zelda, Mario, which they probably won't launch with all those, but you guys see what I'm saying, right? Then the system will do well because the people who like those games will buy it, and they'll tell their friends to buy it. And you'll see the reviews, the more people will buy it. So you've got to build momentum with incredible games. If Nintendo didn't have all the games that were coming out this year, if they didn't have Mario Kart World and all that, I wouldn't expect sales to be really good. You need Mario Kart. You need, they have the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. They have those. People want to put that in better resolution frame rate. They're going to have Pokemon Legends ZA. They're going to have Kirby Air Riders. They're going to have, a bunch of different games. Metroid Prime 4. That's what sells the system. That's what happens, guys. So yeah, hey, Ojo, I'm just tuning in. What did I miss? Kriosenbaum, we just talked about some of the stuff, like with the packaging. We talked about The Ocarina of Time remake rumor. Just talk about stuff like that. Let's see. It seems like some people were getting their online pre-orders, which is kind of scary. So close. You mean canceled? That's why I'm checking my pre-order every day. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know how many it is though, to be honest. That's crazy. Like, why do people think Xbox Series only sold 30 million and not a lot of games? It's all about, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's all about the games. And like I said, I don't understand why people, that shouldn't even be a comment. Not trying to hate, but that shouldn't, in my opinion, you shouldn't tie sales without saying games right after that. There shouldn't be a sentence that says, oh, I wonder how sales are going to go. That doesn't include what games are going to come out. You know, that should be hand in hand. And I notice a lot of people who don't play Nintendo games are more prone to say those type of things. Like, if they don't like Nintendo's first party games, you know, they're more prone to say, oh, well, I don't know, because they're more about third party, and third party you can play better somewhere else, right? So if you're talking about what sells a Nintendo system, it's going to be the games. If you don't have that, say goodbye. Say good luck, because you're not going to be able to sell the system to even the hardest core of Nintendo fan. We need great games to play. Nintendo fans need great games. They need the games to play. I need games to play on. It doesn't matter what system it is. I need great games to play on any system. The reason why I bought a PS5 is because, one, for work, but even if it wasn't for that, is because I wanted to play certain third-party games that wouldn't come to Nintendo Switch too. So even that, I need games. You know, you need games for everything. So that's the important thing. Not just, oh, we have a concept. You know, concepts are great, but the games are what sell the system. Let's see here. If anyone's looking for a new job, Netflix is opening 360 to 920K for a year. Well, what type of job though? The Great Wall. Let's see here. So yeah. On the one hand, it's unfortunate there are only a few Nintendo first-party games exclusive for Switch. On the other, it gives fans a chance to get more money spending down the road. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about. There's a bunch of exclusive games this year. I mean, they got pretty much an exclusive game for every month. They have at least one game for the rest of the year. So I don't know. You're saying so few. So yeah, I'm not so sure. Like, from what I'm looking at, if we go down the list, Mario Kart World, they have Donkey Kong, they have Drag Cross Drive, they also have Pokemon Legends ZA, they have Metroid Prime 4. I guess that's also on Switch 1 too. You can count that. Then they also have the Nintendo Switch 2 editions of all the games. Then they also have Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Like I said, there's only 6 months left in this year after it comes out. So, I mean, they pretty much have a game for the rest of one game for the rest of the year. And like I said, on top of the Nintendo Switch 2 edition games like Mario Party plus Jamboree, plus the, you know, Kirby and the Forgotten Land plus Star Cross Worlds, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, blah, 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 whatever. So, I mean, I don't know. There seems to be a lot of first party and a lot of third, but like I said, let me know on that one. Maybe people got the Switch 2 early. It will be able to finally play on the 4th. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if that day one update goes out. Let's see here. We're really going to see how important first-party games are when the next Xbox comes and does worse than the series. I think the next Xbox is not going to be what you think it's going to be. I think the next Xbox is really going to be more of like a PC. So how it does is, I don't know how relevant or if it even matters how the next Xbox does. I think that they're setting themselves up to where it just doesn't matter how the next system does, you know? So yeah. I think you mean Switch 2 only and not dual releases. Yeah, even just Switch 2 only. The only thing, you can just remove Metroid Prime, right? But some of that content, like I think like the Star Cross Worlds or like Jamboree TV, that's only on Switch 2. But if you're just talking about Switch 2 exclusives, Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong, Drag Cross Drive, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, you know, so you still have a number of games, you know, overall. Like, I don't know if you can do more than, like, you got to only do about one a month. You can't really do more than that. And, you know, Pokemon Legends ZA, that is Switch 1 and Switch 2. But I don't know. For me, I don't really count it as, like, a bad thing. Like, I didn't count the fact that God of War Ragnarok was also on PS4. It's still coming out on PS5. That's the version that you want to play. You want to play the PS5 version of God of War Ragnarok. I mean, if you can, because that one's going to have all the bells and whistles. Oh, yeah. And Kirby Air Riders. I forgot Kirby Air Riders. So if you're talking about just like Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games, there's at least, what, 5 or 6 games coming out just that are on Switch 2. So there's definitely a number of games. Now, whether you're interested in those games or not, that's obviously subjective. Not everyone's going to be interested in stuff like Drag Cross Drive, right? Or stuff like Kirby Air Riders. Not everyone's going to be interested in that. But there's going to be people that are. So yeah. So there's definitely exclusive games. Let's see here. Plus there's unannounced games that will be revealed. Yes, there's definitely more games that will be revealed. But I think the biggest thing for me is that, like, the problem with, like, you know, even using that, like, oh, Switch 1 to Switch 2. Switch 2 is such a significant bump above Switch 1. It's like, if you're an enthusiast, right, or if you want to play, do you really want to play Pokemon Legends ZA, an action RPG? Do you want to play that in 30 frames with dips? Or do you want to play that in 60 frames per second, right? You're probably going to want to play the much better version. Because, like, listen, Pokemon games, they're rough around the edges. But if you can play it to where it's in 60 instead of 30 with dips, and with probably long load times and maybe no load times, you're going to want to play that on there. So, yes, Pokemon Legends, it's on the Switch 1. But do you really want to, like, if you can play it on Switch 2, you'd probably want to play it on Switch 2, right? Like, the gaps between these systems are huge between when it comes to the processing power and what the system can do. Like, they're huge. So do you want to play them on Switch 1? I mean, if you can get a Switch 2, you're going to want to play them on Switch 2. So yes, while they're Switch 1 games, and I firmly, that's great, but you know, like, I mean, Metroid Prime, it'll be great on Switch 1. It's probably going to play really good, but wouldn't you rather play it on Switch 2? Like, if you can play it on Switch 2. Not everybody can get a Switch 2 right at launch, right? So I'm not going to sit here and, like, you know, not everybody has the money, so I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh my gosh, you know, it's privileged, you know, like, everybody can play it, no problem, right? But I'm just saying, like, we're talking about, like, for, like, the gamer, right? The people that are the hardcore Nintendo fans, or the fan, like, hardcore gaming fans. You're going to want to play that on Switch 2. You're not going to want to play that on Switch 1. I think we might be getting at least one more Switch 2 exclusive this year. Nothing is confirmed. Yeah, I think that there's going to be at least one more, since Pokemon Legends ZA is in October. So I think they're going to have a November game. Yo, Big J? After the $3, with the $3 dono?
After seeing all the people getting their pre-orders canceled by Walmart and Target, it's making me appreciate my past self for suffering getting it at Best Buy. The wait is finally almost over. Going to get the Pokemon DLC just because of the Switch 2.
I don't know how many people actually got their orders canceled. I don't know how many. People are saying, like, oh, it's ordered canceled. I don't think it's that many. Personally, once again, I didn't get my order canceled, so I'm not sure. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure if there's, like, a ton of people or not, to be honest. But yeah, shoutouts, thank you for the $3. Because my Walmart order is still good, and I know a ton of people that said their Walmart orders are still good as well. I saw Jake Randall also saying most people's Walmart orders did not get canceled, so, but we'll see. Let's see, Nintendo quality is going to spoil me. A little late, but late to the party, but you have a great day. Hey, shoutouts 91 Game Boy, welcome. Or Gamer Boy, what's good, man? I need Switch 2, and they said I could play Prime 4 in 4K. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, it's in 4K 60. Switch 2 exclusives, Mario Kart World, DK Bonanza, Drag Cross Drive, Kirby Air Riders, Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment. So yeah, we've got at least 5. I mean, we're not counting Welcome Tour. If you want to count that, you can count it. You don't have to count it. But yeah, there's at least 5. At least 5 in terms of, like, exclusives. Now, in terms of exclusive content that you can play only on Switch 2, that's not a new game, but it's extra. That's Jamboree TV, and that's also Starcross Worlds. Those are exclusive as well on Switch 2. You can't play those on Switch 1. So there's also that. Let's see. Apparently, Xbox is holding off on pushing a handheld. Maybe too much competition. The market oversaturated with handhelds. I think right now that they have too much on their plate. That's just my opinion. Would be they have too much on their plate. They have the new next generation Xbox. They have the ROG Ally Xbox. That's already too much right there. Now you're gonna have a dedicated platform. Getting all of that to work together to play games just seems like a complete nightmare. So I think that's the reason why. Metroid will play well on Switch 1. Pokemon, though, nope, get it on Switch 2. You know what, man? I agree. Metroid will play well on Switch 1, but I can't, bro. If I can play it on... I can't, man. Listen, the Switch 1 version is probably going to be great. But, man, 120 frames? 4K 60? No, I think I might have to... I mean, it's Metroid, man. It's Metroid Prime. And, like, the loading times. Probably the loading times are going to be a thing on Switch 1. Metroid is notorious for loading times. Metroid Prime is notorious for loading times. So, I don't want to deal with that. But like I said, that's just me as a core fan. Not everyone's going to feel the same way. There's people, who cares? It's going to be fine on Switch 1. But for a game like Metroid... Oh, man, I think for me, I got to go with the 4K 60, or I got to go with the 120 frames. It's a shooter. So for me, I get motion sickness with first-person games. So I think maybe the 120 frames mode is going to help me with the motion sickness. So yeah. I'm not Yeah, it's even 120 in handheld mode. You can play it at what, 720p 120, or you can play it at 1080p 60, or if on TV mode you can play it at 120, 1080p 120, or you can play it at 4K 60. So that's just, yeah, I'm not doing Switch One with that. I'm not doing, and like I said, you get to me, it's like you get the functionality of being able to have a port, like that you can take the game anywhere, is what makes like the cherry on top. You know, I'm not the biggest graphics frame rate guy. Like I don't gotta play everything at 120 frames or everything. Like I really don't. You know, I really don't. But with that game, a first-person shooter / adventure game where I do get motion sickness, I think for me having, you know, the better resolution, the better frame rates, that for me that will be something that'll help me play the game, because I'm gonna have to take Dramamine. I can't do first-person shooters. So. Loading times will probably save 20 seconds, probably not more. Yeah, the loading times are probably going to be significant. You know, it's probably going to be good enough. I found it insane some people didn't make sure they had enough in their money or bank accounts for their pre-orders, and now getting canceled because Target started taking the money. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what happened with their orders. They probably didn't have enough in their accounts, which people are overdrawn a lot, unfortunately. Or something happens, or, you know, so yeah. What's up, Superpower Man? Welcome. Let's see. First time I heard the quality mode being 4K 60 is from Fast Fusion. Yeah, they're gonna have a quality 4K 60 mode. They already had one, but they're gonna have a quality day one patch. Metroid Prime also has a 4K 60 mode. There might be some other smaller games that also have a 4K 60, and I think my what's it called? My chat is bugged because I still see the 499 dono from Aries. Thank you, Aries73. Thank you for the 499 dono. It's like locked on my screen, so I'm going to reboot here and hopefully it yeah, okay, no, it's still bugged. Okay, whatever. Either way, shout outs. Okay, there we go. Unbugged. Now it's unbugged. There we go. All right, here we go. If I can get 1440p at 60 or 120 frames, I'm happy. Yeah, that's good. I use my Target red card, still got 5% off. LOL, pay it off this month. Nice, let's go, Rena. Hey, OJ, I saw you made a news about Crimson Desert potential coming to Switch 2. That company, Pearl Abyss, is making the game called Dokev. I think it would be a great game on Switch 2. Okay, nice, Ryder Z. Thank you for watching. I appreciate that. Hope we get a trilogy plus Hunters Ultra HD 4K collection, like $80 on Switch 2. Yeah, that'd be nice if they did some type of Metroid Prime collection. I'd like that. Let's see here. They will not cancel this late if it wasn't for not a paid issue. Yeah, it was probably a payment issue. I think it was definitely a payment issue. So, because canceling this late just seems like, oh, they were trying to process the payment, or they were trying to process something, and you know, it just you know didn't go through. You know, because for whatever X Y Z EB reason or whatever the case is, right? So that's probably what happened. So let's see here. I still have my original Metroid 4 pre-order from 8 years ago at my local EB Games in Australia, and now I'll get it on Switch 2 with 4K 60 or 1080p 120. Mouse controls, chef's kiss. Yeah, the mouse controls are a nice little touch too for the Switch 2 version as well, so that's definitely nice. I get motion sickness in the back of a passenger seat of a car, so I'm always insist on driving. I would just say, if you do take the Dramamine, just have the Dramamine ready. I get motion sickness in cars. I get motion sickness in planes. I get motion sickness in a lot of, like, not like crazy, but just in certain scenarios. Or I just get nausea, like whenever I see like first person, I get nausea. So I'll have the Dramamine on deck. You know what I'm saying? I'll have it on deck. I used to have to take it all the time, but it's gotten a little bit better with planes over the years. But before, like when I first started flying a lot more, it was like pretty bad. Also, I get seasick as well too. Like when I went to my mom's birthday in Hawaii, we went on a boat. And, yeah, I was throwing up in the toilet. I was throwing up, of course. And, like, my family never knew that I got seasick or I had this. You know, and I never said anything to them about it. So they were surprised that I did. I'm like, yeah, unfortunately. Salute, OJ. Chat, Daemon X Machina Titanic, or Daemon X Machina 2, or Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion. If the story is great, get support, DLC guaranteed. Another series is a big genre. Nintendo own the rights. Nintendo does not own the rights to Daemon X Machina, no, because it's a multi-platform game. So, no, they don't own the rights. Let's see here. They're not the publisher either for Daemon X Machina 2. know, I watch all your vids and I like them all. Most of your streams. I'm just a silent ninja. Hey, I appreciate you, Riders. The silent ninjas. You guys are some of the strongest soldiers out there. Let's go. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I got my call from EB Games. Stop today. Ready to pick up midnight. 11:01 p.m. local time. Let's go, Superpower, man. Nintendo just helped them with dev the first game. That's all. Yeah, I think they just helped with publishing a little bit, or they helped with marketing. Marketing angle. They might have published it in some places, but yeah, they don't own the rights to the game at all. Let's see, when do you think we'll see the famous Atlas re-release of Metaphor Refantasio? I'm not sure when we'll see that. Maybe next year or something. 2 years after. Yeah, maybe next year. Let's see here. I still can't believe Rune Factory is 2 games on 1 card. Yes, that's very crazy. That's some crazy cartridge tech, right? 2 games on 1 card. It's very much like Xbox Smart Delivery, right? It's very much like Xbox Smart Delivery, where you have both games. However, both games, and with Microsoft Smart Delivery, both games are not on the disc. Although there are Xbox discs where both games are on the disc, which is the craziest thing. Smart Delivery usually isn't on the disc. Usually you have to download the Xbox Series version. However, SMT5 Vengeance has both games on the disc, and it has the Xbox One version and it has the Xbox Series version. So it's very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Let's see here. 2 games on 1 card. Yes, 2 games on 1 card. But the only game that has that is Rune Factory. Well, it has the Switch 1 version and the Switch 2 version. So no matter what system you pop the cartridge into or whatever, it'll play the right version of the game. So let's see here. I wish I had a desktop monitor to play Switch 2 with the mouse controls, because it's going to be hard to play on a 65-inch TV with mouse controls. Yeah, actually, my monitor's been messing up, so I actually just picked up a new monitor. Well, I bought one. It'll be coming in. It's like a nice MSI 27-inch monitor, so I'll be playing with the OLED and mouse controls whenever I play Metroid, if I stream Metroid Prime or something like that. So yeah, I'll probably check out Metroid Prime and stream it and play with the mouse controls, so that'll be fun. Let's see here. I'm excited for Rune Factory 2. I'm still on 100 line, though. I gotta get to 100 line. If they do a Nintendo Switch 2 version of 100 line, I'll play it. I'll play it if they... I'm kind of hoping that they do like a Switch 2 version of the game. Thank goodness Switch 2 is here before Summer Games Fest. Oh, we'll be having a blast with the world while they show... while that show happens, so I won't be bored like years past. Yeah, that's true. We'll be playing... You can play... Now, here's the funny thing. The Switch 2 is coming at such a great time, because it's well before the NFL season. I am so excited for NFL season. I'm so excited this year. And we're going to have Switch 2. We're going to have NFL. We're going to have NBA. We're going to have even NBA playoffs if you're into that. So Switch 2 is going to be here. Or even if you're into footy, right? Football. There's going to be... It's going to completely change the way that you look at things. It's going to completely change the way that you go about things. It's like, oh, I got to go somewhere? Oh, cool. That's okay. I got to Switch 2. Oh, I'm going to watch a game somewhere? Oh, oh, the family's watching football? Oh, cool. Switch 2 in the background. Oh, NBA playoffs or whatever, Super Bowl? Switch 2. So it's going to make things so much better, in my opinion. Switch 2 and sports season go hand in hand. It's like, it's like peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying? Chicken and waffles. It's so good. So how is mouse controls going to work? I'm thinking of mouse and keyboard. No, right? The controller mouse. Left, how are you going to emulate a keyboard? There is no keyboard. You just use the other Joy-Con. If you're using mouse controls, you just simply use the other Joy-Con for an analog stick. So it works just like it sounds. But Ninja Please, there is a video. If you go on the official Nintendo channel, Treehouse, they played the game. They showed the mouse controls. They showed exactly how it works, and they actually showed the video of it. Or if you watch my videos, whenever I talk about Metroid Prime, I show that same video. So it's very easy. It's not really anything. It's just you have an analog stick. Take the regular Joy-Cons, right? Let me see here. So there we go. So just take regular Joy-Cons, just like this. You do like this. This is the mouse mode, and then you just use the analog stick with this hand. That's all you do. Boom, 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 boom. That's it. That's it. That's all you do. Shout outs to let's see here. Cyber Taurus with the $5 says chicken and waffles. Thanks for the dinner idea. Oh, chicken and waffles is so good. I don't have it too much, but whenever I do have it, I enjoy it. Whenever I do have it, I enjoy it. Yo, thank you to Cyber Taurus out here. We going?
Even further beyond.
even further beyond. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Cyber T with the 75. I mean, there's 75 or more you can beat out or pass it. My man Cyber T on the Hokage board. Hey, yo, let's go. Apparently, you can use a normal mouse. I'm not sure if that's going to be for every game, but I know Nobunaga's ambition. By the way, I love how Nintendo Prime said Nobunaga. I think he said Nobunga. I watched his video on it, and he said Nobunga ambition. I broke down. I almost it hit me. And I know I mispronounce things all the time, but that was the one of the better mispronunciations was Nobunga. Nobunga, baby. That was great. That's how I found out about the mouse controls, because I watched one of his videos. I mean, well, I knew about it, but it was just like it kind of got back in my mind again, you know. We need a Nobunga shirt. I agree. I think we do need a Nobunga shirt. Some Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, yes sir. Nick 93, yes sir. Yes sir. Shout out to my man Cyber Taurus though. Thank you so much for the $5. Already supported a lot today. If you have, like I said, if you drop a dono, make sure you put your music request, Cyber Taurus. So if you got something, let me know. Fancy Metroid Prime 1 through 3 visual novel retrospective. No, I didn't even hear about that. I did not even hear about that. As cringe PC gamer myself, I think Joy-Con mouse control might slightly be better than keyboard and mouse due to using pointer controls and analog stick rather than keys. Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't like using keys. That's why I've never been a PC, like a keyboard and mouse PC guy, because I don't think it's cool using, like, what is it, WAS or Q or whatever. I don't want to be pressing keys to move. That just doesn't sound intuitive at all. I don't like pressing keys, and that's probably the main reason why I just said PC's not for me. And like, if you're gonna hook up a controller to play PC, what's the point of playing PC outside of obviously the performance? But if the performance is okay on console, like PS5 Pro, the performance is pretty good, you know, or PS5, a lot of these games are optimized for PS5. Sure, you're not going to get the greatest graphics in the world, but if it's good enough, it's fine for me, you know. So that's the thing why I just kind of just said I'm out, you know, because it's like I don't want to, you know, do keyboard and mouse. And if I'm using a controller, I'd rather just use my big TV and just, you know, hook it up to a console, just make it simpler for myself, you know, not have to worry about, you know, driver updates and all that type of stuff. Just all I got to worry about is just the regular updates, you know. So yeah, Nobunga. Mouse controls for Splatoon is going to be insane. Yeah, all of a sudden people are going to get really good. So people are going to get really good at Splatoon. I think Splatoon, the skill is now going to get taken to the next level, because if you're using mouse controls, you have a decisive advantage over somebody using gyro or somebody using dual analog controls. Like gyro, maybe there are people that are still going to be able to be just as good, but mouse controls are going to be better than gyro in my opinion, because you simulating moving and keeping that still, that type of control of doing this with the analog, to me is not as precise as a mouse. A mouse is more precise to me. So I think that the edge is going to go to the people that are using the mouse controls, which I will be using mouse controls whenever I play Splatoon, you know, stream it, which most of the time I will. I don't play Splatoon if I'm not streaming it. I don't really play it. So for me, it's going to be right here, mouse controls 24/7, baby. Let's see here. What are you playing this week? Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, probably play more of that. Let's drop some Mario Kart and Astral Chain tracks. Yes, sir. Mario Kart. How about Mario Kart? Mario Kart 8, the Super Mario Kart music. Yeah. Let's go. Rainbow Road. Apparently gyro's also improved, but yeah. Yeah, I bet. I still reek people with analog in Splatoon. Motion has auto aim in Splatoon. Yeah. I think mouse is going to be good, though, whenever they add that. No Bungao. Seems like a match built in Elden Ring. I bought the Switch with me from Georgia football game and ended up playing Mario Kart with strangers in the second quarter. Nice. That's awesome. Good evening, OJ. About Nate Prime's trying to pronounce the Nobunga. He had to try like 5 times and slowly tried to manage it on stream. But to be fair, I have a hard time with that name. Oh, because people were letting him know, Charles, that he mispronounced it. Nobunga. Yeah, Nobunaga. Nobunaga. It's actually really easy. I took Japanese, though, so I don't always get Japanese names right. But don't say it fast. Don't say any Japanese names fast. Just pronounce it by every 2 letters, usually 2 or 3 letters at a time. So Nobunaga, Nobunaga. So just say Nobunaga, you know? So yeah. I wish I still would have stayed with Japanese, man. I should have. I was really good. Let's see here. Nintendo Prime even called Ghost of Yotai, Ghost of Yotai. Yotai? That one's easier. That one's not as bad. That one's not as bad. Ghost of Yotai, Ghost of Yotai. That's not as bad as Nobunga, you know. But once again, I called Enter the Gungeon, Enter the Gungeon. So I'm a moron too. Like I've mispronounced countless things. So I can't even sit here and cap and act like I don't, you know. Ninja Police says Switch 2 is so close to perfect. I wish they would do something about the operating system. PlayStation has game tips and percentage of the game completed. Switch OS just bare bones. Yeah, I can see that 100%. I can see how some people don't like the OS and like some of the things in there and things like, you know, with the tips and some of the stuff like that. 100%. That makes sense. You know, I don't really care about all that stuff, but it makes sense though, for sure. Cyber Toast with the $5 dono and says I'm going to be using the Switch 2 a lot for Seahawks. Don't have their team chemistry figured out with all the new players. Yeah, for me, Switch 2 is just about the simplicity of using it, and all I wanted them to do, I didn't care about like having some type of flashy tips or stuff like that. Stuff I don't care about that, or I don't care about. What I care about is like the functionality. Okay, do you have your built-in voice chat for the people that like that? Do you have your built-in game invites? Like, does it have the notifications, the pop-ups? All that stuff seems to be built in. It seems to be built in and it seems to be well done. So to me, that was like the big thing, like with the OS or with the features, is getting that built in to where we don't have to go through another generation of people complaining about app voice chat, you know? So that to me was the big thing, and they got that settled. So I was happy with that. See, Nintendo Prime learned hiragana and katakana, it would be much easier. The Japanese follow the A-I-E or A-I-U-E-O pattern. It's pretty simple. Yeah, once you start learning it, it's simple. It's not too hard. Like I said, I was good in Japanese. I just forgot everything because it was decades ago. But yeah, I was good. I was the best student in the class, and it was easy. It got easier, but I was really enthusiastic about learning too. Like I got to the point to where I could like not 100% understand everything that was saying, like in like whenever I watched like Bleach or Naruto or whatever, but it was getting to the point to where I was understanding a lot of the words, like whenever, like I didn't necessarily need to read the subtitles, which was awesome. But I'm stupid and I didn't like I should have majored in Japanese and I didn't because I'm dumb. So yeah, I wish I would have continued. Maybe one of these days I'll pick it back up when I have more time. When I have more, I'll probably learn Japanese like when I'm older. Maybe like when I retire, I don't know. I will speak Japanese like 100%. Like I will learn it fully one of these days. I need the time to do it first. So maybe later down the line when I, you know, maybe when like years from now I can truly learn it like Rosetta Stone and learn it for real. What's up, Brandon says, yeah, nice Street Fighter 3, let's go. Street Fighter 3 Second Impact. When you go to grammar and learn the kanjis is where you start feel like it's hard. Oh yeah, just the kanji is definitely difficult. I remember I still got an A in that class though. I got an A+. I still got pretty much 100% on every test. Like I barely missed anything because I would study, dude. I was so passionate about Japanese, and like I think I took it 2000. That's where I met one of my best friends from college, and that I still talk to him to this day. My friend Andre. I met him in Japanese class. That's where I met him. That's the funniest thing. Like 2007, yeah. 2007, second semester. Japanese class, man. Japanese class, second semester. That's where I met my friend Andre. Like I said, we've been friends for 20 plus years now. Databayo. That's the Japanese, you know. So yeah. Do you think they will put more menu themes on Switch 2? I think eventually they will. I kind of want to learn Japanese just because the manga is way cheaper. I can already speak a little, but nothing crazy. Okay, yeah. Kevin with the $3. Thank you so much, Kevin.
What's up, OJ? How are you? Can I get any music from Xenosaga 3?
Yeah, absolutely. Xenosaga 3 music coming right up. Let me get one more Astral Chain track going. We'll get Legion Assault, and then we're gonna get your music, okay? Thank you so much, Kevin. Thank you for the $3 dono. May I ask, do Chinese help learning Japanese? I say But also, no, oh, some kanjis are Chinese at all. Okay, yeah, yeah. I don't see the appeal of game chat. They should they should have brought back Miiverse or done Vidmeo idea. Game chat seems boring. I don't know why game chat seems boring. It's literally just video chat and voice chat. That's what people wanted. So I don't understand why it's boring. Like, what? How is it boring? It's video and voice chat. That's what people have been asking for. That doesn't make any sense. It's like, that's what people want. People just wanted voice chat. Like, that's just what people wanted. So I don't, seeing your friends or seeing your mom or your dad or your brother, I don't understand how that's boring. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Let's see here. I just think the Vidmeo leak was much more fun. Well, once again, that wasn't real though. The Vidmeo thing wasn't real, so you got hyped up for something that was not real. So yeah, you got hyped up for something that was not real at all. So yeah, it's really what, yeah, people wanted that. Like, I get like the whole Miiverse being more engaging and stuff, but Miiverse takes a ton of time and effort to do. And I remember Miiverse, and Miiverse is cool, but I think the big problem with Miiverse is that it actually takes away from playing the games. So that's the big problem with Miiverse. Miiverse, it's a social media site. There's already Twitter, right? There's already Twitter. There's already other social media sites. Miiverse was made when social media was popular, but it wasn't as popular as it is now. So Miiverse takes away from actually playing the games because you're just sitting there posting. You're just doing. You're not playing. Game chat is actually involved in playing the games. Game chat, like, you put yourself in the game. You can actually play games where you can see your friends. There's other things with, like, the Jamboree TV, right? Like, where it's actually in there. Miiverse doesn't really have the interactivity like that. So to me, I think they focus, to me, just going off of just what I see, they focus on actually enhancing the gaming experience, which Miiverse doesn't necessarily do that. I mean, they tried to with Wii U and 3DS, but it doesn't necessarily enhance or improve the gaming experience like game chat does, in my opinion. So yeah, that's just me though. Most of the internet people creating problems just to get upset about later. Yeah. Let's see, I'm wondering if it works exactly like Discord, where you can even share a screen on your internet of apps. No, it doesn't, because that creates a security risk. But no, I don't think you're going to be able to share internet apps and stuff like that. No, it should though, but I don't think I think it's going to block it for some things, but we'll see. So yeah. Yeah, well, if you feel that that's pointless, that's true. Then, you don't have to use it, Rooter. You don't have to, so it's fair. Like I said, for me, I'm gonna be using it because I like to, like, it'd be cool, like, to see my family or see my friends while I'm playing. That's what playing games is about, is like seeing your family and friends. So to me, that's a bit more appealing than just texting on a message board or something like that for Miiverse, which we did on the Wii U. And I don't really think Miiverse, I mean, it was okay, but I don't think it really added anything substantial to gaming or anything like that. It's just a social media website or board that you can just post stuff. I mean, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, it's great, but yeah. So yeah. I don't understand why they don't allow direct messages or chatting with strangers. Ask yourself why you would not allow chatting with strangers. Ask yourself why. Where there's video and voice chat, why do you think that they don't allow chatting with strangers? Just ask yourself that. Like, ask yourself why they wouldn't allow that. And I think we can all get the answer to that. I don't think I have to say that, right? I get it, and I see what you're saying. Maybe you want to video chat with strangers, or maybe you want to voice chat with strangers, but I don't think that's a good idea. Personally, I don't think that's a good idea. But that's just me. Yeah, that's Xbox. That's not Nintendo. Xbox and Nintendo are two different companies. Free Japanese lessons just for you. Yo, shout outs. Appreciate that. Like I said, you don't have to buy it. I mean, Rooter, you don't have to buy it, man. If you don't like it, don't buy it. It's not required. Don't buy it. Don't play it. It's an optional feature. You don't have to use it. If you don't want to use it, don't use it, So that's also fair too, just don't use it. Yoshi with the $20, and then Uncario with the 3 says free Japanese lessons just for you. Yo, shout outs. Let's go. Thank you, Uncario. I got you, fam. Yoshi with the 20 says, with the entire F-Zero series now being on Switch 2 with GX being added to NSO, do you think we'll finally see a proper sequel to GX in the same sort of style? 99 was great, but it wasn't most F-Zero fans. Yeah. I think it's definitely possible, but I wouldn't bank on it. It's possible, but I would not bank on it. I would not bank on that at all. So yeah, absolutely. Shout outs though, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys going over 200 And of course, we've got the Jojo. Shout outs to my man Yoshi. Let's go, $20. Let's go. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much to Yoshi. Let's go. But yeah, man, once again, like, I get it though. Like, I get what Rooter's trying to say, you know, like, it'd be great if you can just, you know, hook up and chat with anybody. Like, who cares? Like, I just want to talk to strangers, but most people don't want to talk to strangers. And if you do game chat and, like, let's just say you're playing a multiplayer game, you'll still be able to use the game chat to communicate with other people. It has a built-in mic now. So if you're playing Fortnite or if you're playing whatever, you don't have to go through game chat. Those games will have a client built in for voice chat. So you will be able to talk with random people on your team or whatever, because there is a mic built in. So the developers will be able to use the built-in mic and not have to go through the app or anything stupid like that, right? So you will still be able to voice chat with strangers or whatever the case is, like in various games if you want to. However, like the game chat with voice and video, like doing the game chat where there's actual video, that one to me it needs to be a bit more locked off a bit more locked off, because I don't think Xbox does video chat with strangers. I think they do voice chat. I don't know if they do video chat. So yeah. Man. I don't think that they do. No, everyone's not assuming that you're a creep, man. Everyone's not assuming that you're a creep. So yeah, but you're definitely a sock account. You're a sock account that got banned. I just checked your profile. You're a sock account that got banned, but you're not. I don't know if you're a creep. I don't know if you're a creep, but you're a sock account. And once again, you didn't even say. I'm looking at your whole thing, and here's the reason why I think you're a sock account. Let me give you the explanation why. So you didn't even say what up, OJ. You know, how you doing today, man? Whatever the case is, you didn't even say any of that. You just came in here complaining from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you didn't even say what's up, OJ, or anything like that. Usually people that are here and like normal, they'll say, yo, OJ, like, what's up, man? How you doing today? Or blah, blah, blah. Usually they'll say, hey, chat, or whatever. You just go straight into complaining about something. And that's usually the mark of somebody that's a sock account or a troll. They go straight into crying about something. They don't even say what up to the chat or other people here. You're just here to complain. So yeah. But it's all good, man. It's all good. Stop calling him a creep, guys. Stop calling him a creep. So yeah. I don't know if he is a creep or not. I don't know. That's the thing. People whine about voice chat, and then when they add it in, who cares about voice chat? Look how long Nintendo have you play. Yeah, so that's the reason why I'm not going to be like sitting there being upset. People literally complained and cried about wanting voice chat. You know, they give you voice chat. Now you're complaining about voice chat. It's like, I can't take the criticism too seriously. Like, you know, because people complained about it being on an app. People complained about that. It's not on the app. It's built in. They complain that it needs to be built in to where you can do it normally. You can voice chat. They've got it now, and then all of a sudden, oh, there's a problem. So it's like, I don't really take it too seriously. It's valid if you want to be upset about it, 100% valid. But I'm not going to be sitting here and saying, oh my God, yeah, you're right. Like, no, it's like, dude, they added what you wanted. People wanted voice chat. They added the voice chat, you know? So there you go. They added it. They people complained all generation. Now there's a problem with it too. It's like, it's getting to the point to where it's excessive, right? It's like, oh, well, no, I don't like video chat. That's stupid. They should have done. They do Miiverse. It's like, oh, Lord have mercy. Miiverse from the same two systems that you know. So it's just ridiculous. So yeah. Game chat will definitely be an improvement over the app. Have to use Twitch or something. Yeah, exactly. They want Discord where moderation is a foreign concept. Yeah, they want it to where it's a foreign like, nah, you gotta make sure, personally, like I said, I think after the swap note controversy, I think Nintendo would be absolutely insane to sit there and allow anybody to just voice chat and video chat with anybody. You've got to be nuts to sit there and allow that. Like, no way. After if you don't know what the swap note controversy is, go check out the swap note controversy. But you've got to be crazy to allow that. In my opinion, at least, Xbox is different. They didn't have the swap note controversy. At least I don't think they did. So yeah, man. Too many creepers online. Gotta protect your kids. Stranger danger, bro. I'm telling you. People just love to complain. Switch 2 is knocking out a lot of things wishlist created years ago. Yeah. I mean, I definitely see how they could add some more features or add some more stuff to it. Maybe they'll add more. But like I said, the base thing that people wanted was voice chat, and they added that in there. So yeah. call spade a spade. The Nintendo revisionism is real and pretty severe. Yeah, I mean, the fact that anybody's talking about Miiverse and how it's like, we saw how Miiverse went down, you know. So I don't, like I said, I don't really take it too seriously, but everyone's entitled to their opinion for sure. Waited 2 years to play the sequel for my favorite game of all time, Tears of the Kingdom, with improved resolution and frame rate. I don't know much about the game. I'm excited. Shout out to Ernie. Let's go. Swap Note was wild. Yeah, Swap Note was crazy. It was crazy. Swap Note was so cool. I remember sending drawings to my friends every day. People ruin everything. People do ruin everything. People ruin absolutely everything. So yeah, it sucks. All right, let me get some more music here. Shout out to Kevin. Xenosaga 3 battle theme. So let's see here. First year of Switch will be crucial to how it moves forward. Sure, first year is definitely crucial for sure. That's definitely, having a strong start is definitely good. But I would say like the first couple Nintendo Directs, those are like the big things as well. Like what games are announced, you know, especially the Fall Direct, what games are announced for next year. Like where's the big 3D Mario, you know what I'm saying? Like do we get the first tease of Zelda, stuff like that. Super Smash Brothers, that's going to be huge, you know. That's going to be super, super, super big. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, Vatset? How you doing today? Shout outs. I won't even use the chat feature. Yeah, most people probably won't even use it. But I mean, like I said, I get what people are trying to, like, I get the situation in terms of like they should add this or that, but like I don't know if I feel comfortable with just video chat anybody. I don't think that should be a thing. I think it should be verified that you know this person, or that you've at least exchanged your friend codes or your whatever. Like it should be that. It shouldn't be so easy to just video chat with someone. Yeah, I don't think that's a good thing personally. That's just, like I said, my own opinion. But if you know somebody online, or if you know, if you can get their friend code, or you can get their name or whatever, Nintendo Network ID and all that, and then you can exchange and you can video chat, that's fine. But I don't know if just random people, I don't know about all that. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. But that's just, like I said, people can disagree. Says, why not make the system feel more social? Because there's a lot of creepers out there, Rooter. That's the reason. Like I said, the Swap Note controversy, when they've added stuff like that, there's even a Miiverse controversy too, but when they've added stuff like that, people just abuse it. So it's better to confirm who if you know this person first, and then have access to it, than potentially risk creepers out there. Because there are creepers out there. There's actually a lot. It's not like it's like a little bit, like it's like, there's a lot of creepers out there. Like it's more common than you would think. So I think that's the reason why. Let's see here. That's my opinion, at least. I wonder what Atlas has planned for SMT after these Persona projects. Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do. SMT 6 anytime soon, maybe. I just call my family if I want to see them or talk to them. There you go. Admittedly, I met cool peeps during the PS3 days, but the people are weird nowadays online. I wouldn't want to deal with that, especially for kids. Yeah, I think that's the problem. I mean, anybody that you meet online in terms of gaming or stuff like that, like if you meet somebody on Switch, like you'll see their friend code or you'll see their whatever. You can add them. So then if they're cool with you and they want to add you back, you can add them back. Then you can video chat or voice chat with them. So if you see somebody that you're playing online and you guys had a good rapport, you guys were playing, you can still add them, and then you can video chat or voice chat from them from there. So if you want. Let's see here. Well, SMT team did say that they were looking forward for revealing something this year, though I might have been right out remastered they were talking about. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll see. Wonder if we'll see more SMT sub-series revivals like we're seeing from Right Out Remastered. Yeah, maybe. That'd be good, right? I am legit contemplating playing through Odyssey again in Switch 2. I'm hyped for the next between launch and butt loaded. Hold on to your butts. News coming, yeah. So yeah. This is heard you got to confirm phone number for game chat. Yes, you do. In terms of like, you've got to confirm that. You've got to, in order to use it. So that cuts back once again on people being weird. But there's actually a way for creepers to get around it. Or if you don't want to use your actual number, you just get Google Voice. And if you get Google Voice, you just link up your account, and then you're good. But I already have my phone number linked just because I use it for two-step authentication or two-step verification. So I already have that for all my devices. But you don't actually have to use your real number. You can just simply use Google Voice and put a dummy number in there. I remember the message in the bottle with Wind Waker HD. I wonder if Nintendo employee had to curate them. I bet that they did, man. Like Miiverse, the curation on Miiverse was crazy. People would just People would put all sorts of weird stuff on there. I have 3 phone numbers. Don't use any. Don't use any for creeping. Yeah, just use Google Voice. You can have as many numbers as you want with Google Voice. You can have 1,000,000 numbers. They'll give you options. They'll just give you a bunch of options you can pick. Nighthawk 999. Nighthawk with the 999. Nighthawk 660. What up, OJ? My Ninja Hope. You were good, bro. And with Switch 2 almost here, the hype is real. I'm getting mine at midnight. Release at GameStop. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Nighthawk. 660 with the Jojo. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for the Jojo hype. Let's go. Thank you so much, Mr. Nighthawk. Glad that you're getting your system at midnight. Another Jojo on the board. First Jojo in a bit. Let's go. Thank you guys for the Jojo love. Shout out to Nighthawk. Let's get on there. 8 Jojos tonight. We out here. It's a real Jojo Friday. Let's go. We are out here today. And of course, we've already broken past the limits. We're going further than beyond, baby. So yeah. Stream feels more lively than normal. No, we always have this lively. We always have this, man. It's always kind of like this in the streams. But it's Friday, so most of my people are probably in a good mood. First Switch 2 Direct, we need Chrono Trigger in some way, and the Final Fantasy Tactics remaster. Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 9 Remake, and Final Fantasy Tactics. Did you guys see not the MPD? Did you guys see the Fantasy Life sales in Japan? That's what I was talking about. Like, Japanese developers, level 5, they're going to be relying upon the Switch and Switch 2. Switch 2 in particular. Because, dude, in Japan, Fantasy Life I sold nearly 100,000 units. With digital, it sold 100,000 units on Switch 1 in Japan. And it only sold about 10,000 units on PlayStation. So, there's going to be certain franchises, certain games that level 5 is going to be relying upon when it comes to Nintendo Switch 2. You know, so expect like more games like that. Expect that. To show the sales list, let me look it up real quick. Because like I said, it was. Now you got me actually having to work. I did it on my video. Why didn't you watch the video? I'm joking. Okay. Give me a second. Let me find it. Let me find it on Gematsu. Famitsu. Hey, what's up, Brian? By this time next week, we'll have Switch 2. We'll have it, and we'll have it for like a day or so, right? Hey, what's up, TH3? Forget Switch 2. We watching the new season of Phineas and Ferb on June 5th. Dude, there's all sorts of new things coming. You got Doritos Head coming back. King of the Hill comes back, I think, in July. King of the Hill is fantastic. I'm excited for that. Bobby's like all in his 20s now, and he's a chef. It's crazy. I am so excited for King of the Hill. So let's go. Propane and propane accessories. Propane and propane accessories, baby. I got the Famitsu list right here. Let's go. Shout out to TH3. Welcome back now. This summer's going to be, oh my God, this summer's going to be so lit, man. It's going to be a great summer. It's going to be a great summer. All right, so here we go. Here's the list. Let me just exit out of this. Okay, so here's the list. So we got Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. Hold on. Let me just turn that down a little bit. All right. So yeah, we got Fantasy Life, The Girl That Steals Time. We've got Mobile Suit Gundam. Fantasy Life. Yeah, here's the PS5. It sold 10,000 units on the PS5 compared to the 82,000. Sorry, I said 90,000. 82,000. But with digital, it's #1 digital on the eShop in like every region and in Japan. So I'm almost positive they sold at least 18K digital. So that's probably 100,000 units. Probably with PlayStation 5 with digital, you're probably looking at 15 to 20,000 units. So, but anyway, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, stuff like this is the reason why, some developers are definitely going to be supporting Switch 2 from the jump, right? I like to see Claire Obscure still in the top 10. That's dope. But yeah, they have the top 30 now, but it's pretty much all Switch games. It's the same stuff. Yo, Big Love, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition with the 800 copies sold. Let's go. 113,000. In the top 30, let's get it. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. It's all just, the same, a lot of the same games. Got Capcom Fighting Collection. That's cool. Donkey Kong Country Returns has been there since January. So, man, there you go, man. Clubhouse Games. Clubhouse Games. That game came out 5 years ago. Still in the top. 1.4 million in Japan by itself. That's crazy, right? Crazy stuff. Yeah, Clair Obscur kind of flopped in Japan, though, like, overall. Like, it only sold 19,000 units so far. So, yeah, it's not very good. At least physical. I don't know how much digital it did, but, yeah, it kind of was a flop. But, yeah, whatever. That should have done better. I think that... Oh, sorry. Shout out to the JoJo boys, though. But, yeah. Let's see here. So I think it's fair to say Zelda franchise had the best game on Switch. What franchise do you think will have the best game on Switch too? Zelda, Mario, Smash? I mean, yeah, it's fair, but I'm not so sure. We'll see. Yo, Cyber Taurus with the propane bomber! Let's go! What?
Someone said it. I couldn't help it. Tears of joy.
Propane and propane accessories, the 42 Hank Hill, baby! That's crazy. It's always a weird day when you get the propane blaster. Yo, the propane blaster. Propane and propane accessories, baby. I don't know why I like that show so much. Sometimes it doesn't even make any sense. But yeah, let's go. Yeah, I think King of the Hill, it's a show that when you watch it as a kid, it's not that great because the humor falls flat. But if you watch it when you get older, I mean, I was already somewhat older when I started watching it, but when you watch it when you get older, it gets better and better and better. Like, it gets just better and better. So, yeah. Shout outs to my man, Cyber Taurus. What is going on? Combo breaks. Dude, that is wild. That 42, the propane and propane accessories. Yo, thank you so much. Yo, Cyber Taurus, man. Dude, seriously, man. I appreciate the mad love on the channel, dude. Seriously, I really do. Thank you so much, man. Seriously, it really does help out the channel. Big love, dude. Big love. You guys get some big love to Cyber Taurus. And also, the JoJo boys. Once again. It's because it doesn't make sense. I know. Because it doesn't make sense. That's the thing. TH3 says, summer vacay started last week for me, starting college for my master's on Monday and got the Switch 2 pre-order. Yo, let's go. Masters, baby. I like that. We'll have my Switch Wednesday, but I assume I'll have to wait to play it. Don't know when the day one patch goes live. The day one patch will probably go live. It'll be live by then, so you'll be good. Let's see. Can't wait to hear say, I'm about to kick your your asses. About to kick your asses. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Let's see here. It's King of the Hill is going to show recent adult sitcoms like Mr. Bertram. See how I make a good adult sitcom. Oh yeah, I don't know what that is, but yeah. Was your thoughts on Hunter Shafar potentially playing Zelda in the Zelda movie? Yeah, I don't really care. I don't know who she is, and I don't really care. I don't follow actors. I don't simp and follow. I don't simp and act all weird or not over actors. So, you know, whenever they announce who the actors are, unless it's like, I only know like old actors. Like I only know like Denzel Washington and like Halle Berry and like the people that I grew up with back in the day. I don't know new actors, and I don't follow new actors. So whoever they get to play, as long as like their acting's good, then I'm like, okay. But I don't, like I said, I don't really simp for new actors and all that. So I don't really care. Whoever plays in the movies, they play in the movies. I don't have any preference. I don't watch a ton of movies either, so maybe that's the reason why. But yeah, like I'm old school. I know all the old actors. Like I know like Clint Eastwood and stuff like that. I know like Bruce Willis and you know, Denzel and like Omar Epps, and I know all the old school actors and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't really know the new people. So yeah, I don't know who that person is, and I don't really care. So yeah, King of the Hill's returning. Yes, it's returning this. I think it's July. This July or August. I forgot exactly when. So yeah. Yeah, Morgan Freeman, Samuel L. Jackson. Like I know like Chris Pratt. You know, I know Chris Pratt. I know like Paul Rudd, like Ant-Man, right? I know like Seth Rogen, and like I know some of the, I know like all the older people. Like I don't know the young actresses. Like I know Michael B. Jordan, like, but I don't really know, you know, all the like the young new actresses and all that. Like I also don't care too. So there's also that aspect. I do not care. Just because they don't know who I am, they don't care about me. So I don't know them. I don't care about them. So that's really what it comes down to. King of the Hill, August 4th. All right, there we go. Face of Ferb gives me such a mixed signals only because I'm going to watch all the episodes. I just don't know if I needed more episodes. Okay, yeah. Got a question. Switch to. Do you date? I don't. Mr. Davis, what the hell are you talking about, man? I don't mean to laugh, but I mean, like, bro, that's my. I'm not sure. Oh my gosh, yeah. Walker, Texas Ranger. Shout out to. I used to watch Walker, Texas Ranger as well. Yeah, I don't know, man. Okay. Every game. I think you meant every game. Will every game go to 4K? No, every game's not going to be running at 4K. Morgan Freeman has been 50 since he was 5. Yeah, Morgan Freeman's been old since, like, I remember watching a movie like 30 years ago with Morgan Freeman. Like, it was like a movie from like the early 90s. He still looked like he looked now. Like, he still looked like he. Dude been old for forever. He always been old. Donate for a new keyboard. Yeah, we might have to donate for a new keyboard, man. That's classic. That's prime Mr. Davis right there. I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't want it or have it any other way for Mr. Davis. That is prime time Mr. Davis right there. I like it. Prime time Mr. Davis. So yeah. Shoutouts to Psycho Pie. Let's go with the 72 months. Goodness gracious. As long as you're streaming, I will never know what Mr. Davis is saying. I know. Seriously. What's up, Dark Synchron? Do you think Switch 2 will get big representation with Summer Games Fest? Yeah, they had the logo on there, so I think that there's going to be a number of games. I mean, probably won't be everything, but there's going to be some games for Switch 2 at the Summer Games Fest. The logo was there. So I would expect it, yeah. Party Maker says, everyone is back. Everyone's back, baby. Brandon says, there's a conspiracy theory that Morgan Freeman is Jimi Hendrix. Oh, guys. You guys are stupid. You guys are silly. That's 2018 LeBron James. Oh, man. I know, he's been old since, like, 2018, right? He's been 40 since like, a decade ago. He was old. I would even say, like, 2016 LeBron. It's like, he's been, because he was, like, in the league for, like, 20 years. He was in the league for like 20 years, but he was like 30 years old. But he was in the league for like 20 years. Oh man, the funniest thing is like LeBron. He's been like in the league since like 2002, right? 2003 or so. 2003. I think 2003 was his first season. So that's just wild. Like, literally have people that were not born yet that are playing against him in the NBA, which is just people who were not born yet playing against him. That's just wild. Like, they were not born like when he first got into the NBA. OJ, you gonna get Cyberpunk? Yeah, I'll probably get Cyberpunk. Have you seen 2018 LeBron? Let's see, that was the second nastiest player I've ever seen in person. Yeah, LeBron was great. Or LeBron's great. He's still great. Morgan Freeman was the one who voiced Snake in Garden of Eden. Oh, cool. I still don't have a 4K TV, but I'll get one to enjoy Switch 2. You don't have a 4K TV? Oh, man. Good for you that they're actually cheap, you know. 4K TVs used to be super pricey, but now you can actually get them for pretty decent price now. Like, you can get them for pretty cheap for the most part. So, yeah, it's good. Good stuff. Another now movie looking forward to. Okay, nice. Shout outs. If you guys have more questions, feel free to tag me at PlayerS's hashtag PlayerS's by itself. Remember, we do have a what's it called? We do have a more content to go over, more discussions, more stuff. So yeah. So yeah. Somebody's linking me something about Xenoblade Chronicles X with PC. I think it was just a mistake. But that'd be wild. I'd probably get it. But yeah, it's probably not gonna happen. But yeah, somebody just linked me something on Twitter. and it says Xenoblade Chronicles X is listed as listed for the platform of Microsoft's website. What is going on here? So yeah, I'm just seeing this. That'd be crazy if it actually did come out on there. Yeah, so it looks like enhanced games for Microsoft Edge, Game Assist, PC gamers looking to freaking look up tips, World of Warcraft. Yeah, this must be a mistake. This is such a random assortment of games. Somebody made a mistake. Somebody was typing. They were probably looking up Xenoblade X, and they made a mistake. They made a mistake. But yeah, it's not happening. It's probably a mistake. It's probably a mistake. So people are like, "What?" I'm in shock. But if it's going like it's bigger audience, like it's not gonna happen. Nah. I wouldn't. Like I said, I wouldn't bank on it. I wouldn't bank on it. So yeah, it's probably just a mistake. Let's see. AI. Yeah, maybe AI. Who knows, right? Xenoblade Chronicles X going to Xbox. No, they said PC. PC gaming. So it wouldn't say, it doesn't say Xbox. It says PC, Microsoft Edge, so Game Assist. So it's probably, it's just a mistake, probably. Do I have a question, favor to ask about a game I mentioned earlier? Just ask the question. Go ahead. Okay, here's one. If Ocarina of Time Remake does release and it sells well, do you think Nintendo would look at doing Majora's Mask? Absolutely, yeah, because they can just reuse the assets. They did the same thing for Majora's Mask on the 3DS, so they remade that as well. So yeah, they'll absolutely just reuse the assets and make another game. Yep. Not looking forward to transfer the Switch 2. Hope it doesn't take forever. If you're transferring over a ton of stuff, it's gonna take forever. My recommendation is don't transfer over a ton of stuff, digital games and all that. That's my recommendation, is just transfer over your profile, transfer over your saves, your save data, and that's it. Leave all your games and all that on the old one, and then just re-download the games that you want on the new one. If you do that, it won't take too long. So yeah. Or if you have Nintendo Switch Online and all of your saves are backed up, all you got to do is just upload your new profile on your Switch 2, and then just simply do your cloud saves. Just do the same cloud save thing, and then all of a sudden that'll get all your saves and everything. So yeah. Let's see here. PC fanboys would be so happy if Xenoblade Chronicles X goes to PC. They've been saying Xenoblade games are much better on PC for years. I don't really think there's that many PC fanboys that even care about Xenoblade X. The name is Doke by Pro Abyss. I think I could potentially be a system seller for Switch 2. Like, my thoughts? A system seller. I mean, maybe it could be, but I don't really know too much about the game, to be honest. So yeah. Took me 17 days to move 800 games, the 2 terabyte extreme card. Yeah, don't even waste your time moving all the games over through a system transfer. Just do your profile, do your saves, and then that's it. Like when I did like my PS5, I did not transfer over everything. Like when I moved from my PS5 to my PS5 Pro, I just transferred over my profile, some of my saves, because I don't have the cloud saving. I don't have PS Plus, so I don't have any cloud saving for. So I just transferred over my saves. I transferred over my my profile, and it took, I think it took less than 30 minutes. It was fast. So yeah. Don't transfer over everything if you don't want it to take forever. Let's see here. Do you think that there's a chance that Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor will be mentioned in the rumored June Direct? Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor are coming to Switch 2. I just don't know when. But yeah, those games are coming. I don't know if it's going to be announced at a June Direct, though. Could be later. I don't think transfer saves. Do it just when you play something. Don't even transfer your saves. Just do it when you play something. Yeah, you can even do that. You're right. You can even just do that. If you just want to, if you have the Nintendo Switch Online. But if you don't have Nintendo Switch Online, you need to transfer over your saves, right? So, because they're, so yeah. I'm going to transfer over the stuff that doesn't cloud save, like my Pokemon saves. Yes, transfer over the Pokemon saves, transfer over the stuff that doesn't transfer over. To me, I just transfer over all your saves, like just transfer over all your saves and then just not the games and then just your profile and you'll be good. Good video today. Thank you so much, Paul Gale Network. I appreciate that, man. Shout outs. Absolutely. Pokemon Legends ZA Nighttime Battle City. Oh, that's gonna be fun, man. I cannot. I'm looking forward to the ranking system in there and seeing how they do the going from the bottom to the rank to the top. Yeah, hit that like button though, guys. If you have not hit that like button, hit that like button. We are 254 combo breaker So we are absolutely killing it tonight. Could we get to a 300 combo breaker? Definitely possible overall. Definitely possible. So shout outs, guys. I appreciate that. Let's go. Big love, big love. Let's see. Well, you have the banana guy said Dirty's debate with Darkstar77. How he's a JRPG fan and likes Xenoblade, but he does not want to play them on Nintendo's console. Yeah, right. I don't care about banana guy. Guys, listen. Listen. That we don't talk about people who run from debates here, okay? We don't talk about people who run from debates. Those are not real men. People who run from debates, that's not real. We thou shalt not talk about people who run scared from debates. So you don't got to bring up what other people that run from debates are doing. Hell, you don't got to bring up people who do the debates. But especially people who run from debates. You know, we don't do that around here. We don't do that around here, man. Especially after calling somebody out. You can't call somebody out. You can't call somebody out then run from the debate after you call them out. That just sounds like clout chasing to me. You know? So yeah, it's all good. Let's see people who run from debates wear banana suits. I mean, they might or they might not. Let's see. I won't be getting it, but I'm happy for the Warriors fans. Now, good age of imprisonment and runs on Switch too. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be getting it. I'm looking forward to seeing that. If Legends ZA is a bit longer than Arceus, it'll be amazing. I'm not sure if the length is what makes the game good or not. That's not what makes the game good. So it's about the quality of the content. Because we already know it's going to be an RPG, so it's going to be at least what 40, 50 hours. So it's going to be a good length. It's just about how good the game is. I can predict the way. I don't run from debates. I don't debate. Yeah, right. Well, like I said before, if you're logical and if you're what's it called? If we're illogical, if we're fanboys and we're this and that, and if we're illogical and we just always defend the company and blah blah blah, then it should be no problem debating somebody. There should be no problem crushing someone, right? That's just illogical fanboy, right? It should be no problem just crushing them. You know, should be no problem. People run from things when they're scared. So that's really, listen, we're all human. We've all ran before. We've all ran from things before. When you don't want to do something after you talk about somebody, you're running because you're scared. You don't want to do it because you're scared. That's really, you're scared of how your reputation will be after you lose. And we've all been there before. We've all been scared of going up against somebody. You know what I'm saying? We've all been scared of going up against, people, going up against somebody that, that might be more intelligent than you, that might be stronger than you, faster than you, whatever the case is. We've all been there before. I know fear when I see it. I know when people are scared about things. Like I said, I was an athlete. I took the psychology of these type of things. It's universal. We're talking about video games, but the psychology of sports is universal. In sports, the more you talk, the more you feel pressure. That is just a natural thing. You feel pressure. That's just how it is in sports, how it is in anything. So when you talk and when you consistently talk about somebody, and when when it's false bravado or false confidence and you don't want to speak with that person, you're avoiding the conflict because you're not better than them. So that's really what it comes down to, guys. And I'm not going to talk about it anymore. We don't need to. But listen, guys, there are certain people that don't want to talk to me because they're scared, because they know good and well what would happen, especially after the debate that we had. Like I said, we don't got to talk about it too much. We don't got to keep bringing it up. Like, they saw what happened. Everybody watched what happened at the debate. People saw that debate. They saw it. Most of the people that would be interested, they saw what happened. Like, systematically destroyed. Like, legitimately set up, served, systematically obliterated. Like, you can't, Nintendo fanboy or not, you're just not intelligent enough. That's just what it comes down to. You're just not intelligent enough. So there's really no more reason to bring it up. There ain't no more reason to bring him up. I don't care about what he does or whatever. So there ain't no more reason. He didn't want to debate. He didn't want to talk. He's scared. So we move on. All right. Thank you. I'm not the guy that wants to debate, but I'm good at it anyway. I'd rather just try to enjoy games. Exactly. I'd rather just try to enjoy games too. I did that one debate because once again, like I said, I did that one debate because there's a lot of people that are saying the same thing that that guy was saying, calling me the same name, saying that I'm defending this, that I'm that and that, this, that, and the third. So I wanted to do one debate to just end it because there was other guys saying the same thing. And that debate ended it. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Everything that needed to be said was said. There's nothing else left to talk about. These guys have nothing to say to me. I have nothing to say to them. So we can just move on, guys. We can just move on. I have nothing to say to them. Whatever they want to call me, whatever names they want to call me, they can call me. Whatever they want to say, they can say. But at the end of the day, we saw what happened. Systematically crushed. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just go make your grifting videos. Go make your angry videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, go make your videos crying and complaining and whining and crying and complaining about it, about me or about other. Go make your videos. Ain't nobody care no more. We saw what happened. You had a chance to talk to me. You had a chance to make your points. We saw the points that people were saying about me. Everything was brought up, automatically destroyed one by one. So there ain't nothing left to say, guys. I proved everything that I needed to prove in that debate. Everything that needs to be said was said. So we move on. Let's see, scared about games is wild. I have to debate why Instance 4 was superior to the PS1 with mixed results. Yeah, that's gonna get you mixed results on that one. I wouldn't do that debate. I definitely wouldn't do that debate. Oh man, I definitely wouldn't. I missed the debate. Is there a way for me to watch it? Yeah, you can watch it on Nintendo Prime's channel. Nintendo Prime has a channel on it. Also, the other guy had a channel. Let's see. Is Dior here? Dior, can you link the debate for Kriosenbaum? Let's see here. Did you boil him or put him in the stove on high? Completely destroyed. Completely destroyed. It was me and Nintendo Prime. Yeah, Monado Mario, if you can share the link too, that'd be good. To Prime's channel. Pretty sure the link to Prime's feed. So yeah, you can share the link to that. So yeah. See, the fact that he debates someone who's smaller but turns out to be a civil debate because someone has a better point and the banana guy says it all. Yeah, like I said, I'm done. I don't got to talk about him no more. They don't want to. Like I said, they're into that. Let them be into that. So it's done. Nothing. Like I said, there's nothing left to say. I haven't got, my message box is not filled up with anybody. I have not gotten any tags. Some of you guys are tagging those dudes. Please, if you're those guys tagging those dudes saying, why don't you debate OJ? Please stop tagging them. They're not responding to those. You know, or they're just calling me names. So please, if you're one of those people that are tagging them, don't tag them. They've got me. If they want to reach out to me, they've got me. They know where to find me. I'm very easy to find. So you don't have to tag them or let them know. Like I see what some of you guys are like, you know, taunting them a little bit. But yeah, please don't. And a lot of you guys aren't, you know, so I'm not saying that you guys are. There's like a couple people. And it's not Monado Mario. It's not Monado Mario for those. There's some other people that just watch kind of like in the shadows. But I see that. I get that though, right? I get that. But yeah, there's no need. If they want to debate me, they'll reach out. But they don't want to, so we'll just move on. Let's see here. OJ and Prime hit that dude with the killer bee and double A lariat. Yeah. It was interesting. Thanks for the debate link. I'm so interested in watching them run for the debate. Yeah, I mean, like I said, here's the thing though. Like, I don't even blame them for running from a debate. Like, I don't blame them. You probably shouldn't debate somebody that's more intelligent than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got to keep up your act and call names because that's all you have. The name calling me fanboy or calling me bootlicker or calling me names, that's what keeps your fans engaged and angry and like duking on me, right? That's what keeps your grift, keeps your views and your money coming in. So that's all they got. They've got to resort to those type of tactics. You know what I'm saying? If they did a debate head to head, man to man, and all of those narratives drop, because I can call them on that. Hey, you call me this. And then they'll say, yeah, you're this because of this. I'm like, well, why? What did I do? What did I say? I'll be completely logical like I was on the previous one. You guys know I'll be completely logical and I'll be like, hey, I'll be fair. If there's something that I don't like or something, I can agree with them. We can all agree or whatever the case is. I'll be completely logical. It shows their audience that all this stuff that they say about you or all this stuff that they say is actually BS. You know, it's nonsense. It's just them spinning and manipulating and being disingenuous for their entertainment. And it becomes, you know, like I said, it becomes a myth, right? It becomes a bit of a, not a myth, but it becomes more of a, okay, you just don't like the person. And that's what happens usually. It just becomes, well, I don't like the person. Not like, oh, they had great ideas or they had great points and okay, yo, they were kind of right on that. It's like, okay, well, I still hate him, you know, for X, Y, and Z. And that's kind of what it devolved into with some of the fans. But a lot of the people that saw the debate, you know, said the same thing that I said. Yo, that dude, you know, they got cooked. He got cooked. So, yeah, that's it. I'd rather debate a smart person and get destroyed because at least I learned something. But debate with the band idiot, and lose those regardless. I mean, the thing about it, like I said, the only reason why, no, I knew what you meant, Orlando. The only reason why I took the debate was because there's other people that were bigger content creators saying the same thing that he was saying. So I just wanted it as, like I said, it was just like the fattest warning shot because I know that those people are tuning in or they would tune in. So it's basically to give them, like, you guys ever seen what happened to Bardock? You guys remember Bardock? Right? Bardock, remember what, you know, Bardock had this thing, he can see the future, he can see what happens. So if they ever decided to debate me, they could just see they could just they could see what, because I was definitely Frieza in that debate, and that he was definitely one of them Saiyans, one of them normal Saiyans, Planet Vegeta. You know, so it was basically like a Bardock situation, Bardock and Frieza situation. Like, if you guys are gonna, you can talk all you want to, but this is what's going to happen to you if you do decide to. This what would have happened to you if you did not take a different route. You know what I'm saying? This is what's gonna happen. You're gonna get crushed. So that's kind of how, that's the reason why I did it. You know, they can see the future, what's happening, what would happen to them. So just stick to the name calling, stick to the rage bait, stick to the grifting. Just stick to all that. Don't stick to facts because we know you don't got any. Don't stick to the facts. Don't stick to the objective, you know, objective good answers. Just stick to the name calling, rage baiting, and grifting. You know, it suits them well. Suits them well. Gets them views and it suits them well. But when it comes to facts, let us handle that. Let the normal content creators handle the facts and like the truth and the reality of the situation. You know. Let's see here. It's up to me. I'm going to change the future. Yeah, right. Let's see here. Abridged Bardock. I can see the future. Imagine how confused Gohan and Goten would be if they grew up in this generation. Gohan and Goten, if they grew up in this generation. What do you mean? So, yeah. Oh, no, Minato. He doesn't think I'm dumb. No. He knows I'm not. Oh, he knows I'm not. He doesn't think I'm dumb. Trust me. He knows I know what I'm talking about. He knows I know. That's the reason why he won't. It's not because he thinks I'm dumb. It's because he knows I know what I'm talking about. It has nothing to do with him thinking that I'm dumb. He just hates the fact that I like Nintendo, that I like Nintendo Switch 2. That I'm not psycho, you know, when it comes to that. So, but no, he knows I'm not dumb. Vegeta with the $4.
What are you trying to say, Frieza? We're all here listening. Sits in a chair while folding arms.
So yeah, shout outs. Thank you so much for the $4. On the other hand, it's weird. RGT says Nintendo YouTubers like you and Nintendo Prime are on a crusade to clear out misinformation. I don't think RGT said that in that type of way. I don't think so. I don't think he said that. At least I didn't hear that him say that, like mention our name specifically. Thank you for the $4 though, Vegeta. I appreciate that. Let's go. But if that's the case, if he did, damn right. I want the correct information. That's what I've been doing though. Like literally we've been doing that for forever. And not just Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, anything. We're on a crusade to get the correct information. Being factual or being right is built in terms of facts. Wanting to be right or wanting to be factual is just in my DNA. It just is. I like to be factually correct. And sometimes it drives me to say things to where maybe I shouldn't say. At times, it can cause a little bit of issues with some people, and that's annoying for some people. But yes, I like to make sure that I'm saying facts. Like when I'm talking about information, I like it to be correct, and I like it to be accurate. Yes, I like the truth. That's why I hate freaking, what's that game? Among Us. I freaking hate Among Us. You have to lie through your teeth in that game. I hate lying. I'm not a fan of it. I am not a fan of lying. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate being disingenuous. I hate being dishonest, even if you're joking around and playing. That's why I couldn't be an actor. That's why I suck at acting. I can't act. I'm bad at Among Us. I don't like lying. And I like the truth and factual stuff. That's just how I've always been. Now, am I always right? Hell no. I'm not always right. Absolutely not. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm perfect or anything. But yeah, damn right I want the factual information. Yes, and that's how I've always been on Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. It doesn't matter. Give me the facts. Let's make sure that we know the truth, you know? So, absolutely. I like correct info and will never get mad for being correct. I will never get mad for somebody striving to always say the correct info. Now, can you give your opinion on something? Absolutely. You don't have to be dismissive of someone's opinion if it doesn't necessarily line up 100% with the facts. There is nuance within every single fact to have what you think, right? So I don't want to sit there and say if it's not a fact, then it's not valid or it's not worth listening to. I don't want to say that. But what I do want to say is that, yes, I want to make sure that people know the truth about Nintendo Switch 2 and the facts about that. Absolutely. I do not, and I don't want misinformation on anything, really, but anything that I care about, really. If I'm covering it, I'm going to make sure that I say the truth. RPGs, too. Claire Obscura Expedition 33. I'm going to give you guys the facts, the truth. Metaphor Refantasio. I'm going to give you guys the facts, the truth. And that's just how it is, man. That's just how it is. I'm going to make my videos that way. I'm a news channel. It's not a super hot take channel. Yes, I give my takes and I give my opinions on things, but my videos, they're news. We go over news. So yeah, I'm going to be factual that's what I want to do, you know? They're alluding to issues between Ubisoft and Nintendo due to the lack of Ubisoft launch title was always the case for most Nintendo consoles. Trey is alluding to issues Ubisoft. The lack of Ubisoft launch title always the case for Nintendo consoles. Yeah, I didn't see what Trey said, so I'm not caught up on that. The thing about grifting is there's low morality. They would watch a good company burn, then try to steal their assets. If Nintendo's company failed, haters would all want Nintendo Switch 1 first parties. Well, sure, of course. Nintendo Switch 2 is about to take over gaming. So yeah. Wait, what did Kevin say? So yeah, I've lost interest in Xbox after the handheld cancellation. Yeah. Oh, okay. Of course, you don't know what Trey said. Video. Okay, yeah, I didn't see the video. I'll watch it later, of course. Also, I know this isn't really connected. Some Western people keep saying morally correct. Okay, yeah. I don't care about pirating games, guys. I don't care about that. Let's see here. Too many Kevins. I know. We got Kevin the Speedster. Then we got Kevin. We got regular Kevin. So we got Elite Ninja Kevin and non-Elite Ninja Kevin, which is both good. It's okay, you know? But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I don't mind people that ride hard for the facts overall. Like, I don't mind that. Like I said, I don't think RGT said that about me or about Nintendo Prime or whatever the case is. Like, I don't think he actually said that. But yeah, once again, like, YouTube isn't always about the hard facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's about just like your opinion on things. So there are definitely going to be more content creators that just go more off of, here's what I think. It's not necessarily based on the correct information, but let me get emotional about it or whatever, right? Not saying that he is, but I'm just saying, like, look at the problem that I have with that is that type of mentality, not looking at facts first and not looking at it creates issues. It creates super issues. Like, for example, the Bayonetta situation, right? Remember that? Like, people were just emotional. They hate Hideki Kamiya. You know, a lot of them they hate Nintendo or whatever. So they took it upon themselves to throw a coup, or not a coup, but throw a boycott. Big content creators, you know, Susie Hunter, big content creators, John Cartwright, like, the list goes on and on. Like, I had never seen anything like this over one voice actor, right? So that's emotional. That's not factual. That's emotional. Because they did this before they even got all the facts, before it was even lined up, before anybody could even respond. They were already organizing campaigns and making videos to overthrow this game. To me, that just seems emotional. And like when you ride on emotions, that's what can happen to you. Instead of saying, well, let's wait for facts, you know? Once again, sometimes it might be, if you wait for facts too long, maybe it might be too late for something that can be bad for somebody. But I still think that waiting for facts is probably the better thing. Now, I think also I like true crime. You know, I like solving murder mysteries. So, you know, you're always innocent until proven guilty too, right? So I also like, or you gotta find evidence. So I'm a big fan of making sure that you find evidence, you find facts, you find what's real before you sit there and say this person shot somebody or this person did this. I mean, you gotta find the evidence that links them to that, and it's gotta be definitive. It's gotta be DNA, it's gotta be fingerprints, right? It's gotta be something that definitively ties them to that. I'm not just like, oh yeah, well he looks guilty, or oh yeah, well, you know, he kicked somebody in the head, you know, 2 years ago, so chances are he kicked somebody in the head again this time. It's like, well, no, you got to find the evidence and the proof. Is there surveillance cameras? Is there you know, was there a footprint? Was there something that he left behind? Maybe one of his his belongings that belonged to him. Like, why would that be there? Maybe he knew a detail about the crime that nobody else would have known, that was not released to the public. So there's got to be something that ties somebody. So I'm all into that. Not everybody is. I'm like super into that type of stuff. So I think maybe that's why I kind of like, you know, go kind of hard for like non-misinformation. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, I don't want there to be not correct information out there, and that's all. It's not, you know. So that's it. Female and Benedetto were the dumbest gaming crusades. Ironically, yeah, I know he's a VA now, but you know, I'm not trying to hate on the guy. The guy does good work. You know, he does good videos and he does stuff like that. But like, what I saw from people just out of the, like I said, not even waiting for more information, you know, to me was just, that was ridiculous, right? That was a ridiculous type of thing to do. So yeah, but nobody's perfect. I've made mistakes. I've jumped the gun too, right? I've also jumped the gun. I've also made mistakes, and that's why I try to, each time, like, I try to go off of like, yo, what's real? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not exaggerate, or let's not jump the gun on a lot of these things, and let's make sure that we got the real information, you know. So yeah, I'll debate you in a 1v1 smash. Hey, that sounds like that, man. That sounds like it. GVG are weirdos. I met Stephen Bowling from GVG. He seems like a good guy. I should play Judgment. Nah, I'm okay, man. I'm good. Thank you, though. Aaron Curdy. Yo, what's up, Aaron? Welcome. How you doing today? Shout outs. I want to debate on the ethics of illegally downloading Bing Wahoos. Okay. Thanks for letting us know that important information, Mr. Felipe. That important information that you just let us know. That's definitely a good thing, right? That's definitely very important information that we went over right there. I hate to see Xbox handheld get canceled. It's been fun to see how flourishing this generation of handhelds has been, but it's all thanks to Switch 1 to bring about the innovation 8 years. Yeah, I think that it's like, I think the Switch concept is still fresh, you know? So yeah. It's still fresh. It's still fresh overall. Let's see here. Forget about debates. Let's just settle it in Smash. None of these people would want to settle it in Smash either, because most people are absolutely garbage in Smash. But yes, I'll challenge any of these people that have an issue. We can settle it in Smash. You know, we can also settle it in Smash. I'm down. You know, I'm down to do that as well. You know. So yeah. Let's see. I can't believe Switch 2's in 6 days. I'm eagerly checking my order status from Nintendo website every day. Let's go. Oh, debate OJ. We're playing Smash. Sounds brutal. Yeah, I would say that probably the Smash. If you want it the easy way out, which wouldn't be as embarrassing, you would play me in Smash, because the debate angle would take longer, and it would be more embarrassing. So I would say you should just play Smash. You know what I'm saying? Like play me in Smash. So yeah. I mean those Nintendo's tendies best known as ten. I don't know what you're talking about. I got 400 plus hours in Smash. Amazing game. Yeah, it's very good. Let's get Joker's VA as the announcer. Yeah, that'd be good. I'd be down. I would take Smash only because I would be hoping if I rolled my face on the controller enough, I might get lucky. Yeah, maybe, man. I can't wait for the next Smash Brothers game, though, man. I am super excited for the next Smash game. I think it's gonna be electric. Shout outs to Vegeta, though. Appreciate the Vegeta with the combo breaks. 258 on the board. We are actually super close to a triple platinum. So, very close to triple platinum on there. What is that? 32 away? Let's go. Go even further than beyond. If you have more questions, you can tag me at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence, PlayerEssence by itself. More than happy to answer your questions. Let's see. Who still moves their controller to make the characters jump? Who still moves their controller to make the characters jump? I don't know if that's even is that a thing? I never did that. You press a button. Why would you want to move the controller to make a character jump? Let's see. Electric? Is that a clue? Does OJ know? I don't know anything, guys. I wish I knew something about the next Smash Brothers game. I wish I knew something about the next Smash game. I wish I did, but I don't. So yeah. Also, Rax the Great. Rax the Great also said that just talked to a few different GameStop employees, all of which are saying that they are getting almost double or more allotment of what they had for Switch 2 pre-orders. Launch day should be easy pickup if you're still looking. Just get to your local store early or hit the Best Buy by 12. So yeah, just there should be in places like because of the price, guys, I don't think it's gonna sell out in every single store. I think there's gonna be stores that just have the system because Nintendo is shipping a ton of them. So I think there's gonna be plenty. There's gonna be plenty. So yeah. Absolutely. I'm actually happy that Sakurai is working on something he actually wants to do, like Kirby Air Riders instead of just the next Smash Brothers. Sakurai is working on the next Smash Brother. Yeah, I'm happy that he's working on Kirby, but he's also working on the next Smash Brother. He'll never escape the fate of Smash Brothers, man. He'll never escape the fate of Smash Brothers, but he's also working on that too. I'm excited for Kirby's Air Ride as well. I'm excited for that. Let's see. OJ, is it smart to play deck slop to own the 10? Okay, now I see what you're trying to say. Yes, I think that, it's very smart. It's very smart to play Steam Deck, right? Is that what you're asking about? To own the Nintendo fanboys. Yeah, play it. Live it, love it, play it. I mean, you got to build the army, though. There's not that many Steam Deckers out there, right? So you gotta roll in packs. You got to roll together. He's working on Smash. Yes, Sakurai is working on... There's no way Sakurai is not working on Smash because Smash always takes, 3... In terms of a new Smash game, would probably take at least 3 years to make. Minimum would be 3 years minimum. 3 years. It'd probably... I mean, Smash Brothers for Wii U, that took, I think, 2 to 3 years. Melee took under 2 years. But this one would probably take 3 to 4 years. So he's been working on it for a while. I think he's been working on it for a while, actually. They don't like to have Smash Brothers. They don't like to have it later than, like, a year and a half or so. I don't think Smash Brothers makes it to year 3. So Smash Brothers, I think it's going to launch either the end of next year or it's going to launch the following year. So it's either going to be a 2026 game or it's going to be an early 2027 game. But I don't see it going past... mid 2027. I don't see it going past that. Do you know any games that we don't know about? Yes. let's see here. Player says, since you are a Hokage, which Naruto character do you feel you're most similar to, and what attacks would be resemble your IRL fighting? Oh man, that's a good question. I haven't thought about it. It's not like he dislikes working on Smash 2. If he doesn't want to work anymore, he doesn't. Yeah, exactly. That's true. And the guy is Batman. Yeah, the guy is Batman. So he doesn't have to work on Smash if he doesn't want to, but he feels a responsibility to. But Naruto character. I think the character that I'm probably most like would be... God, I don't want to say Naruto. I kind of would be like him though. If I was fighting, it would be him, or it would probably be like gosh, who would it be? It'd be somebody with a ton of energy, because I have crazy amounts of stamina. I can run for hours. Like, I can just run for... I've ran, you know, for 5 hours before. Yeah, I was dead tired and almost collapsed, but I did it. But I can run for an hour, 2 hours, no problem. You know, no issue at all. I can just run. So I have a ton of energy. A ton of energy. I can jump, I can run, I can lift weights. I can do stuff for a very long amount of time. Like, I can lift weights for 2-3 hours, no problem. Or, like I said, run for hours, no problem. So, like, it'd be somebody with a ton of chakra. So it'd be like Kisame, or it'd be like, you know, Naruto. It'd be somebody like that. But I think my fighting style would probably be much like, you know, it'd be something like that. I'd probably use a sword or something. I'd probably use like a big old sword or something. You know, like Kisame. You know, it'd probably be somebody like him. You know, like, so yeah, or Kisame. Rock Lee. Yeah, Rock Lee has no chakra, or he can't do ninjutsu. I would definitely be able to do some type of ninjutsu. Rock Lee though was good though. Rock Lee is good. I was thinking maybe like Neji or somebody like that as well, but I think that's like more like my brother. My brother was way too like formal and like disciplined and like in his martial arts, whereas I'm a bit more rugged. I'm not as disciplined, so it'd be like a fight. It's like Naruto. Like Naruto is very unorthodox at times, like the way he kicks and punches, like it's very like awkward. So it'd be somebody like that, or even like I said, like Kisame, like kind of like just like brute strength or force, like with a ton of energy. So yeah, I'd probably be somebody like that. I'd probably fight like Kisame or something. Let's see here, Minato. I don't know. I mean, I'm fast. That's true. I am very fast, but I just don't know if I'm like that type. And I don't think Minato, he didn't have the energy like Naruto. He couldn't go as long as Naruto can go. He didn't have chakra like that. Don't get me wrong, he had a good amount, but he didn't have it like Naruto. He didn't have it like Naruto and Kisame. No, he didn't have it like that. So yeah. So I have no idea who I would be. You would definitely be Shikamaru. You're the smart guy, dude. You'd definitely be Shikamaru for sure. Plan it out, strategize, you know, paralyzing shadow jutsu. Yeah, that sounds like you. Jiraiya. I know, maybe Jiraiya. Furby Sage. I don't know about Jiraiya. Oh man. OJ being Rock Lee's insulting. OJ is smart enough to do an insane amount of ninjutsu. Yeah, I'd probably be like I'd probably be like Kisame. That's probably be the person, because like I'd use a weapon. Like if I was, I would definitely use a weapon. Like I would use like some type of like crazy. If I could get my hands on a weapon, I would definitely use some type of crazy weapon, right? So Kisame seems like somebody that I would be like how he fights. You know, he can do like the taijutsu and stuff, but he also has, like I said, a crazy amount of energy. And not necessarily the good guy, you know? I've been known to be sometimes the bad guy. Say, Razor Ramon. Sometimes some people, even my friends, sometimes friends, I guess, right? Look at me as the bad guy. So yeah. Let's see. I can't wait for a new Smash Bros. Game to get revealed. All the Spawncast peeps whine and complain about the game. Would they? Did they whine and complain about Smash Ultimate? Yeah, I mean, Rock Lee is definitely plenty good without ninjutsu. Like, he can open up the gates. It's good stuff. Let's see here. This is going to be stuck in my head all weekend, which character I am. Yeah, I'd probably say, like, for me, like, Kisame or somebody like that. Kisame or, like, yeah, Naruto, Kisame. like I said, I thought maybe like Neji, but no, probably not Neji. Rock Lee's not too bad though. Like I'm pretty, but the thing is, I'm not really good at like kung fu or like taekwondo or like the formal martial arts, right? I'm not good at that. I'm good at MMA. Like I can put you in different arm locks and arm bar locks, choke you out. You know, I can do all that. So, and I can do kickboxing. I'm not really good at like formal martial arts, to be honest. Like I wasn't great at kung fu. I was okay, but I wasn't great. My brother was much better. So that's why I think maybe like he would be like a Rock Lee or like a Neji type, because those guys are really good at like taijutsu, like martial arts, you know. So, let's see here. If the new Smash Bros. Game is poke, what you said, they're totally moveset. Some characters get removed, then yeah. I don't think the Spawncast really cares about Smash Brothers too much, to be honest. Like I don't think they really care. Whatever they do, they'll probably be fine. Be Killer B, spit random bars in the middle of the fight. Sharks, you seem like a Killer B. yeah, definitely. Definitely. That's awesome. I like that. Neji isn't a ninjutsu guy. He uses more ninjutsu than Rock Lee or a Might guy. Yeah, I mean he's not really like, he's definitely more taijutsu guy, but then he also has ninjutsu that he like transfers like through his strikes, right? So yeah. Well, actually, no, it's really more like he can see. He uses the Bakugan. That is like, you need chakra for that, right? So when his eyes, that's basically a ninjutsu like type power. So, and then he can see your vital points to strike them, you know? Yo, Ice Sizzle!
Friday.
Jojo Friday! Yo, thank you so much, Ice Sizzle. Yo, another Jojo kind of out of nowhere. Let's play it, boys and girls. Let's go! Yeah, Chupa's definitely Sasuke. Chupa's definitely Sasuke for 100%. Shout outs, man. Thank you guys so much for the support. We going. Different series. I probably Todoroki. Yeah, different series. My Hero. I don't know about My Hero. I'm not sure even what that would be. If I had to pick one, it would definitely be Lemillion. Like that would be my guy. If I could pick one power from My Hero, oh yeah, I'd want to be him 100%. That guy's freaking awesome, man. I love that guy. Let's see here. OJ, will you what will you do in Mario Kart? Will you beat the game, OJ? How will you beat it? Will I beat the game like with the Grand Prix or something? Yeah, I'll probably do all the races and stuff. Do you think that there's any chance Forza Horizon 5 comes to Switch 2? Yeah, it's coming. Panic Button did that game on the PS5, so there's probably a Switch 2 port coming. Excuse me. There's a Switch 2 port coming. 100%. In my opinion, at least. In my opinion. I would love to take a crack at Starfield on Switch 2. I think there was rumors about Starfield on Switch 2 as well. So yeah. Let's see here. Players, has your Walmart pre-order been canceled? Seen a lot of cancels. Hoping it didn't. Was thinking about how hard it went trying to get it. Mine hasn't been canceled because they already charged mine for a while now. The people that got theirs canceled were the people where the money probably didn't go through. That's probably what happened. They didn't have the money on the account. So yeah. I want State of Decay, highly underrated game. State of Decay, highly underrated game. Okay. State of Decay. Interesting. So yeah. His powers basically makes Neji and other Hyugas super assassins pretty. I mean, yeah, because like I said, they can see the vital points in your body. So, yeah. So, OJ, I can't find the Switch 2. Cry. Sure you can't. Sure you can't find it. Sure. Serious question: can Switch 2 sell 100 million in 5 years, just like the OG Switch? Oof. I think it's going to be difficult for the Switch 2 to sell 100 million in 5 years. The PS5 has not sold 100. It's not even close to selling 100 million in 5 years. I think it's around 80 million. So they still got another 20 million to go. So it's going to take them probably another year or so to sell 100 million. But is it possible? Yes, it's definitely possible for it to do that. If it hits the pace of the PS5, but it's a bit higher because of Japan. It has, so if it sells just as good in Europe and the US or on par, then Japan picks up more of it than it can. But I wouldn't bank on it. I wouldn't bank on that. But I think I think by the time year 6 rolls around, I think it will be at or around 100 million. Yeah. So yeah, I think more realistic would be 70 to 80K or so in 5 to 6 years. That'd be more realistic. Because like you don't know the market conditions, man. Like, will there be extra tariffs? What will happen with the game lineup? Like, there's so many things. Like, do I think that it's going to sell 100 million? Yes. I think by the time that it's all said and done, it will sell 100 million units. Yes, absolutely. I think my low end prediction is 90 million. My high end prediction is 120 to 130 million. That's kind of like my prediction. But yeah, I think it's gonna sell 100 million units. Yeah. The last Sony numbers that we got was 77 million, and yeah, it's shipped. But when you talk about ship numbers are sold to the stores, so you don't they don't give the sold through numbers. Obviously, the sold through numbers are going to be different from the ship numbers, but Sony can't really do too much about the sold through numbers. You have to wait till a significant amount of time passes, and then you can say, okay, we've sold through this many. But when it comes to your books, once you ship the system to the retailer, you've got your money for that shipment. You don't have to wait for the system to be sold. So they essentially just say, hey, look, we shipped / sold, 77 million units or whatever, right? So yeah. What was the recent Switch 1 sales? 152 million for Switch 1 right now. Why do so many people said Jim Ryan lied about 160 million? Because Sony didn't update the PS2 numbers for like a decade plus, and then once the Switch started getting close, on his way out, he randomly just said, oh yeah, we sold 160 million. So I think that's the reason why people say that he lied, because they did not say anything for literally a decade plus. They didn't talk about PS2 numbers for forever. They didn't officially say anything. And then on his way out, he randomly just mentions it like, oh yeah, I'm most proud of, we sold 160 million PS2. It's like, really, guy? Like, as the Switch 2 or as the Switch 1 gets closer and closer, now all of a sudden, on your way out, you say 160 million. So that's the reason why people say that he lied about it. Because it's like, where was this update years ago? PS2 stopped selling, in most regions, like, probably like, what are we in? We're in 2020. Probably by 2017 or 28, there was probably no more PS2s being sold in the majority of regions, right? So we should have got those sales numbers a while ago. We should have got 160 million a long time ago. We shouldn't be getting an update on your way out as another system gets close, so that's the reason why. I gave you the reason why. People. I gave you the reason why. I just said it, Mario. So that's what I said. But there's zero chance Switch 1 will be able to pass PS2. It's impossible right now. That's false. It's very likely that it does actually pass it. And let me give you the reason why that it's very likely that it could or it does. Nintendo has a certain amount of stock left of Switch 1. They probably have around another 10 million to 15 million units in Switch 1s, just like either warehouse or in stores. All they have to do is sell through the rest of that stock, and they'll sell past the PS2. The Switch 1 is at 152 million. The PS2 is at 160 million, so it's 8 million away. Nintendo has at least 8 million Switches in stores or in their warehouses, so they just have to sell through the 8 million. However way they're going to get it done, whether they discount it or mark it down on fire sale, whatever. They just have to sell through the rest of their stock. and then they'll pass the PS2. So I'm pretty sure they have more than 8 million units lying around and in stores right now. So eventually they'll pass it. I just don't know when. I don't know when it's gonna pass it. I mean, in the next maybe couple years, maybe they sell about 4 million per year, and then it passes it up then. So maybe by 2027, or maybe the end of 2026, 2027. So we'll see. Bet at let's bet $1,000. Drop 500 right now. And what's the bet? Yeah, JK. Yeah. Have a seat, Mario. We'll do. I said drop 500 right now. We'll do it. You don't think it's going to? Hey, you want to do that? Well, I'll play that game. Yeah, the 500 is collateral because you'll go running. Guys like you go running faster than Usain Bolt at the Olympics. Guys like you go running faster than you'll run faster than a little boy getting chased by the mom in the hood with the shoe in her hand. That's how fast you'd run away from that. Talk about bet 1,000. Okay, drop that 500 right now, or drop 100 or 200. Drop something. So yeah, let's see here. Don't delete this stream. Nah, don't talk about deleting this stream. Drop some money right now. Drop some money right now. Don't turn this into me versus you. Drop some money right now. Oh, don't delete the stream. I think they're gonna sell past it. If they don't, then they don't. I'm not sitting here and saying that, oh my God, it's like this and that. I'm just sitting there and saying I think that they're going to. So drop some money right now. You want to bet? You said bet 1,000. Said joke. $5? No. No. Finally, Nate that says Jim not lying, and already generally knowledge insiders that PS2 sold 160 million. Yeah, and that's fine. That's why I never said that Jim was. I never stated that Jim was lying either. I never said that. Oh, he's a liar when it comes to that. I did call him lying, crying Jim Ryan one time though. It's probably come close, especially if Nintendo is capable of releasing a large amount of first-party games. Once again, I don't think it's really going to be. If you're talking about Switch 1, Nintendo's not really going to be supporting the Switch 1 with a bunch of first-party games to sell the system. How it's going to outsell it, I think Switch will pass the PS2 by its 10th birthday. Yeah, I think that's a fair estimation. I think how it's going to pass it is if retailers do discounts, if they just clear out their inventory. How do you think the PS2 sold what it sold? They were selling those things for $99 at some point. They were selling them for, I saw some for $89.99 with like 2 games or 2 or 3 games. I saw bundles. They were cheap as hell. Switch 1 is still $300 to $350. Like if you want a Switch 1, a V1 Switch or a V2 Switch, those are $300. If you want a Switch OLED, those are $350. If you want a Switch Lite, those are $200. That's still more expensive than like the very end of the PS2's life. They were selling those things for $99 to sometimes even $50 on clearance. Like they were just getting rid of them, just get them all out, right? So if Nintendo ever does just like let's just clear out the rest of the inventory, that's when you'll see people snap it up, So yeah. Notice these guys who say Switch 2 is gonna fail and they never say how much Switch 2 sell consider failure, because they don't know. They're just talking. They're just projecting their own feelings on how they would want for it to do bad. They don't know anything about sales numbers or sales or why something sells. They just want something to do bad. I think it will get there. There's going to be gullible grandmas on Christmas knowing little Bowie wants to switch. I don't think gullible grandmas are what makes a system sell or not. That's not how it works, man. Maybe like back in the day, but that's not how it is now. Why would anyone want Switch 2 to fail? Because there are psychos out there that are tribalistic, weirdos that just want things to do bad because they don't like it or because they think it's not good or they think anti-consumer or they think this or that. They're like I said, they're just weird, a bunch of weird people out there that just want things to do bad because they want to see some people pain and suffer, or they want to see people lose their jobs, or they think that it benefits, like I said, tribalists, it benefits their own platform or something like that they like more. So yeah. It'll be like the DS, the 3DS. DS was a huge success, but 3DS did really well, but not the same numbers. I don't think it's going to be that far of a gap. No, I don't think so. Because that was like, what was it, 150 something to 75, so that's like half. I don't think it's going to sell half. No. 3DS didn't do as well because it didn't get all the games. That's the problem. In the modern age, there is no more, you can only get some of the games. When it comes to a system, a console doing well, You got to get everything. And the problem with the 3DS is that it didn't get everything. It was split between the Wii U. Problem with the Wii U, it was split between the 3DS. You got to get everything in order for your system to do well in the modern market. Since like iPhone and, you know, games and all that took over. And that's what Microsoft, or that's what Nintendo and Sony did not realize. That they didn't realize that you can't have splitting games. You got to have full support on all your platform. So that's the reason why the Vita failed. The PSP did incredible, but the Vita failed. You know what I'm saying? Back then, before smartphone gaming and all that, it was okay to split your base. You could do that. It was okay. You might still have success. But in the modern market with iPhone gaming and with tablet gaming, where everything's available on everything, no, you can't do that. So yeah. Let's see here. Do you agree with tech YouTubers like Mudahar, who keeps advocating pirating Nintendo? I don't care what Mudahar says. I don't care about people who pirate it. It's not a big deal. Like, I don't care. That's not my problem. Nintendo needs to make sure that their system can't be pirated so easily. So that's really what it comes down to. Make sure that your system can't be pirated easily, and then you can't have people pirating the system. You know. So yeah, that's their problem, not mine. OJ, why was Western support for the 3DS non-existent? The smartphone boom. The smartphone boom, and because the system specs just weren't great, and people just didn't feel like supporting that system. It just wasn't a great platform for them to work on. It's like to make games to where people would, like, you know, to where it could sell. And all the Western games that did come out didn't sell great on it anyway. So yeah, there was no momentum. It never got momentum in the West for like Western games. You don't want to compare profit. If you compare profit, then the Switch 1 obliterates like every other system for the most part. Let's see. Okay, but I don't know if Philippe is being for real here or not, but I'll answer your question. Okay, but you don't think it's weird to use piracy as a moral crusade? Sure, it might be a little weird, but like I said, guys, that's not my problem, man. I'm not here to sit here and police people I don't even know over the internet when it comes to their opinions on stuff. Like, I don't have to agree with it or disagree, but like, I don't know, man. I'm getting kind of tired of people just like everything got to be an issue with everything. Like, I don't gotta have an issue with people that say X, Y, or Z. Like, whatever they want to say, whatever their opinion is, that's fine, man. Like, it don't really affect me. I'm looking forward to the game. I'm looking forward to the games and playing and enjoying and covering it from a, you know, from a business and from a fan standpoint. I'm looking forward to running the channel. I'm looking forward to playing the new games. I'm not looking forward. I'm you know what? Like, I'm kind of tired of like I'm not looking forward to all the people that are just talking like mouthpieces, just motor mouthing about positive or negative, or like motor mouthing about, you know, this. Like, I don't personally look forward to that. I look forward to looking at the history, looking at interesting facts. That's what I look forward to watching on YouTube. I no longer look forward to people just sitting there and just motor mouthing about why you need to be angry about something, or why you need to be this about something, or whatever. Like, that's just not, I don't do it no more. So whatever opinions people have about that or this, that, and the third, about they need to be this or they need to be that, or how about, it's fine. They can have whatever opinion they want. It doesn't matter. It's not relevant. So yeah. Have you seen anything mentioning Walmart micro SD card express? Not yet. I used to get mad about this, but in the end, it's all fake. Yeah, we're all in a canvas painting. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that we're all in a canvas? It's like Clair Obscur. It's not even real anyway, right? Or it's real, but it's like it's a simulation. So, does a system need to sell 100 million in order to be considered successful? No, a system can sell under 100 million and be successful. I mean, 3DS was successful and that sold under 100 million. So, no. The PS3 and the 360, those were considered successful. Those sold under 100 million too. No, not really. I mean, most systems don't sell 100 million. Like, if you look at like the all-time history, the large amount of systems don't sell 100 million. Like, there's only a few systems that have ever sold 100 million. Sorry, not a few. There's only a handful of systems that have ever sold 100 million. The Game Boy, the DS, the Wii, and the Nintendo Switch from Nintendo, obviously, and then from PlayStation, PS1, PS2, PS4. So I've got 7, and unless I'm missing something, so I've got 7 systems in the history of gaming that have sold 100 million units. Unless am I missing something? Yeah, I got 7, but there might be something else. Let's see here. What's your coverage plan? Yeah, we're going to start coverage. I'll be streaming next week from San Fran, and then we're going to start coverage on Wednesday night, late night. I'd love to see PlayStation revisit the PSP and Vita, but I don't see that happening. Well, there's rumors that they are going to be going back to that. So yeah, there are rumors that they will be. So yeah. I'm curious what Nintendo thinks internally about what they consider Nintendo Switch 2 after Nintendo Switch 1. We'll find out eventually. Yeah, I mean, right now they're forecasting lower sales because of the economy. So I think that if they're forecasting 15 million for this year, they have a pretty modest outlook. And if they're forecasting anywhere between 15 to 20 million every single year, let's just say for 7 years, we can just do the math, right? So we can get out the calculator, and then we can just easily do that. So let's just say 18 million units per year. You times that by 7. So Nintendo's probably forecasting somewhere like between 100 and 126 million. That's probably like if they go at that pace. 18 million per year for 7 years, they're going to sell 126 million units, and I think they'd be okay with that. Now, if you want, you can adjust that a little bit, right? You can say, hey, let's just go their low end, 15 million units per year, times that by 7 years. So that would be about 105 million. So I think Nintendo's probably somewhere they're thinking that the Switch 2 is going to sell around between 100 million and like 120 million. That's what I would guess Nintendo is going to put their estimates at. So, then again, remember, it changes, right? Like, they can forecast more. If they have more games, they can forecast 20-something million in a year. It's always year to year. It's never over the course of time. It's always what they think they're going to do. This the fiscal year, then the next one, the next one. It's never the entirety. It's always just year to year what they think they're going to sell. So, although they have opinions, some people think, hey, we think we can sell 100 million, or we think we can do this, but they really go by each financial year, you know? Hey, what's up, Unreal Christian? Welcome, man. Isn't Wednesday supposed to be the Switch 1 funeral stream? I think I'll probably do the funeral stream like on either Monday, or I'll do it on like a different day, or Tuesday. I'll do it one of these. I'll do it beforehand. We'll see. So like I said, I'm gonna be streaming from like my brother's house, so it's gonna be a little bit different. Never really paid attention to anyone's opinions on games. I always played what I wanted. Had the GameCube when all my friends only talked about PS2. The Wii when everyone seemed to hate it. Yeah, I think that's one thing that you got to stick to your guns, right? You got to stick to what you like. You got to stick to what you feel is good. So yeah. I think we can do like a one last Mario Kart tournament for the funeral stream. Like one last Mario Kart tournament. I think that'd be good. That'd be a good thing, right? That'd be a good thing. So yeah. Let's see here. But it's all good though. Shout outs to everybody that came out to the stream. Make sure you guys hit that like button. If you have not hit that like button already, hit that like button. I can take some more questions. We'll go for 3 hours and 30. It's Jojo Friday, so we'll go for a little bit longer. We'll extend it out another 30 minutes. So, I'm trying to get you guys 3 hours plus if we hit our big goals. But I do have, like I said, some revisions for the goals and all that coming up. So yeah, let's do it. When my brother visits, he wants me to look at his favorite dish. Do your brother have a fave dish that he likes from you? No, because I can't cook worth anything. So my brother never looks forward to anything from me when it comes to cooking. No, absolutely not. No. Had a 3-hour drive to make. Couldn't be here sooner. Saw the notification and came as soon as I could. Nice. Let's go, Mr. Black. Gonna go sleep now and have a great stream. Thank you so much, Epic Lobster. Have a nice night, man. Have a nice rest. Get your questions in though, guys. We got, like I said, we'll do it for a bit longer. We'll take a couple more questions, then we'll kind of wrap it up tonight because we've exhausted all of our topics at this point. So yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking, what you guys are looking forward to when it comes to the games. Any other stuff that you guys want to talk about, feel free. Let me know. Yeah, I did see that the pre-orders in stock are starting to come in. Like I saw this on Twitter. Let me make sure I don't have any of this. Here we go. Yeah, Jojo Friday still unlocked. So I saw this on Twitter. Stealth said this Best Buy received 250 Switch 2s, 200 pre-orders, and 50 for the midnight launch / release day rush. All retailers are getting ready for next week. Yeah, man, it's gonna be good, man. That is a huge launch, man. That is a huge launch. Goodness gracious, that is a 250 units. Woo! Very good, very good. So it's good to see the Switch 2. We out there. I mean, you know, just Switch 2's ready to go, man. Switch 2 ready to go. We out here with the units. With the units. Looks good. Was that a PS5 right there? Yeah, that's a P. Is that a? Oh, it's just a regular disc-based PS5. Interesting. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. I think I'm gonna call it a night. Feeling like it's going to be. All right, take it easy, cool guy. Thanks for coming out to the stream, man. No, I don't have a micro SD card pre-ordered yet. I wasn't able to get one. I need to go get one though. I need to actually go get one, but I haven't got one yet. I think I just want to play Mario Kart World. Like I want to just play Mario Kart World, and I just want to play my games right now. So I'll have enough space to play like the new games. Like I don't need to transfer over all my digital games, you know, on my Switch 2 right away. So I'm good with the onboard memory right now. You know, I'm good with that. See, what's up, my dude? What's up, J Biggs? Can't wait for coverage of the new Switch 2 era. Just keep doing it. Legend of the Switch 2 GameCube controller comes in Monday. Does it really come in on Monday? Does it come that quick? I bought one too, but I didn't see that it's coming that quick. Okay. I did not pick up any Hody accessories. No, I didn't. I didn't yet. Good questions, though, guys. Remember when I became a Nintendo fan? Not fanboy. Not fanboy. That's important. Had a Sega Genesis first, playing Sonic, and I was in the stage of the water, and I was drowning, and drowning theme made me panic and anxious. That also made me panic and anxious back when I played that. I think Nintendo's hiding at least one big like remake, remaster, or for the fall, or like new game, like just like one something. I think they also have Metroid Prime 2 and Metroid Prime 3. I think they have that for this year too. So I think they also have that. But we'll see, you know. Let's see. I'm a fanboy. So what? People think that if they call you a fanboy that you're illogical though when it comes to how you think. So I don't like to be labeled that, but at the same time I don't care. Like at this point, it's become down if you just like Nintendo or if you know what the hell you're talking about when it comes to Nintendo and their business, you're a fanboy. So it doesn't really matter anymore, you know. If you're not yelling, kicking, and screaming about every single thing that somebody does, or angry or mad or making videos, you're labeled as this or that, right? So it doesn't really matter anymore. Like I said, we did the debate. I had my own criticisms. The critiques, I didn't have a problem with anybody doing that. So it don't even really matter anymore when it comes to like the name calling or the fanboy, or doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Creosan with the $5 dono. Shout out to Creosan.
Theoretically, if these negative tubers was to successfully convince us terminally online people to not buy the Switch 2, how would that affect the sales versus the normies?
Let's see. Theoretically. Okay, so theoretically, if these negative tubers were successful, terminally online people to not buy Switch 2, how would that affect the sales versus normies? Oh, man. I mean, it would definitely affect the sales because... But I don't know how much it would affect the sales, because you can sit there and you can try to look at test cases, right? You can look at the Wii U. Oh man, the people, negative tubers, they all told you not to buy it. But the problem was that Nintendo versus the normies, they had bad marketing and they also didn't have enough games fast enough. And they also were splitting their games with the 3DS. People were also telling people not to buy the 3DS either, that it's not good, but people still bought it. With the Switch 1, the same thing happened as well. There was a lot of negative videos of people telling you that it's going to fail, it's going to flop, it's not good, don't buy it, it's better to buy PlayStation, and that didn't matter at all. So I think that really what it's going to come down to, and I hate to say this because it sounds like a cop-out answer, but what it's going to come down to is the games. Like, you can't stop a system that has, like, the system sellers. It's incredibly hard, like, to stop a Nintendo system that has everything. Look at the Switch 1. Right? So while there were people that were super negative about Switch 1, telling you not to buy it, telling you that it sucked, telling you that was this, the exclusives and the games just made you want one, and the functionality of it, the fact that you can take it anywhere, that is huge for normies. That is huge for kids, normies, teens. They love the fact that you can take it anywhere. It's really important, like a cell phone, right? So for core gamers or gamers becoming into their own, wanting to be able to play anywhere, lying down in bed, blah blah blah, whatever, it's really important to have that feature. So I don't know how much it would affect it. I don't think it would affect it to the point to where the system would be like a failure or anything, you know. So yeah, that's my thought process at least. Shoutouts, let's go. Combo breaks. Word of mouth is what made the Switch 1 successful. When people saw the Doom and Fortnite, even Overwatch, people were hyped. Yeah. COVID also helped Switch OG sales. Well, COVID helped everybody's sales, so every system sold better in COVID. But the Switch 1's best sales years were actually after COVID ended, and even I think right before as well. So it had better sales years even afterwards, and it had really good sales years afterwards. So that's something that I see people that try to downplay Switch 1 sales. Mario, they try to downplay it because they say, oh well, COVID helped PS5 sales too. COVID helped everybody's sales. Like everybody was trying to get systems and trying to play games, or PS4 sales, or any like video game sales. Like everything was boosted during that. But even after that, you don't sell 150 million systems just based off of 1 year. Like that's a concept that works. You're gonna sell that regardless. You know, if you're gonna sell 150 million, you're gonna sell it regardless. You know, so yeah. COVID bloated the industry, but we saw the layoffs from it. Yeah. But yeah, once again, even after COVID, Switch was still selling incredible. So, like, Switch sold really good before COVID, sold good during COVID, sold good after COVID. So, yeah. Let's see. I'm not downplaying. I'm just saying it just helped. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I always see that people mention that, and that usually people that mention that, they're trying to downplay it. But like, I think also at the same time, it's like, here's what I'll say with this, with that. Every system that sells incredibly well, you know, they all have something that happens. So yeah, they all have something that happens, whether it's like sales or discounts or cheap or bundles. So yeah, Switch without COVID would have sold 128 million. Well, PS2 without discounted to $99 probably would have sold like 100 million. DS not being $100 probably would have sold at one point, or selling, what was it, $150? DS not being that cheap probably would have sold 90 million. So I mean, you can make up things for anything. Oh, Switch would have sold 120 without COVID. Okay, PS2 would have sold 90 million without it being discounted to $50 in Brazil, or like in third world countries, being discounted to like damn near nothing, or like $99. It would have sold 100 million, probably less. So yeah, you can make up all sorts of coulda, woulda, shouldas. You know, doesn't matter. Irrelevant. I still think Nintendo's hiding at least one more major surprise. Yeah, I agree. I think they're hiding at least one more thing. Putting asterisks is weird. Yeah, it's people that just try to downplay. You know, it's just silly. In my opinion, it's silly. Say, oh well, COVID. Okay, well yeah, PS2 was $99. Like they were bundling it with 2 games, like a controller, memory card for like $100 at one point or something like that, or like $150. So it was like dirt cheap, or it was like I said, it was like $99 in some places. So sure, you want to make up all types of scenarios and situations. So yeah, expecting 80 to 90 million. Huh, we'll see. You want to put any money on that? Or are you gonna be JK? You put any money or not? We good on that? How confident are you in that 80 to 90 million? How confident are we? Yeah. Oh yes. PS2 without a DVD player would have sold 50 million, or would have sold 100. It would have sold 100 million without a DVD player. Without a DVD player, only 100 million, barely. Just like PS1, probably would have sold barely that. Pretty sure. All right. You want 100 on it? Drop 50 right now. That'll keep you around for a long time. If you drop 100, so drop 50 right now, I'll give you 2-to-1 odds. So we'll double it. So you get 200 if you win. I get 50 right now. If you win, you get 200. See 50, but you said 500 to me. I said 500 to you because you said 1,000. So I split it in half. That's what I did, Mario. I know counting's difficult. But if somebody says 1,000, I say, okay, I split it in half. I said, drop 500 down. I said, you want to do 100? We can do 100. Drop 50. Makes sense, right? No, just prediction. Yeah, I figured. Pretty sure. If you're pretty sure, then why don't you drop the cash? If you're pretty sure, are you pretty sure? I don't think you're pretty sure. I forgot how. Let's see here. I don't know how people. What I don't understand, people will be like, they'll come here, they'll come to my stream and make these predictions and say, no, it's this. I think it's this, and I say, okay, well then, if you think, are you pretty sure? Just drop some amount. It can be a low amount. It can be like 10. I'll be like, oh no. I can't. No. I can't. I can't do that. No. Like, why are you? If you're pretty sure and you're confident, it's literally free money. So it's not. So just drop it. People don't like that pressure on there, right? They don't like that. No, I ain't dropping no damn $5, fam. You know what? I ain't dropping no damn $5 on $1,000 bet. I ain't dropping no $5 dono, bro. What is this? Walmart layaway? Nah. Stop the cap. You want to bet $1,000? You drop 5. You gotta drop hundreds, not just $5. I got 5 on it. Yeah, this ain't no drug trade in the 90s, bro. We need. You're gonna say 1,000. I need you to drop half, or I need at least 20, 25 to 50% up front, because guys like you will bet. I had this to me. Guys like you will bet, and then if you win, you'll show up to collect. But if you lose, you'll never show up again. You'll change your name. You'll change your whole identity. You'll come back to the stream, but you ain't paying the money. So that's the reason why I require a down payment, you know? No, 80 to 90 million is not bad. No, it's not. It's not a bad prediction at all. It's not bad at all. But you just said that you're pretty sure. So I just said, how sure are you? You know? So you're not really pretty sure. You just think. So that's all. I just want to test how sure you were. Let's see here. Sound like cookie. That's how some of these people sound, bro. But no, 80 to 90 million is not bad at all. It's not bad at all. What's up, Zeno Nova? Says, OJ, we be making a prediction video on what we showing at Summer Games Fest? Probably not. Forgot Tiny Tina and Borderlands currently hitting my backlog. Yo, let's go. I bought Tiny Tina on PS5 and I still have not even played it. It's like in the wrap. Like, I have not even played it. So what's the point of doing the prediction? So much can change in 8 years. It really can. I agree. That's why I said that they go year by year. They don't do like a full thing. They go year by year. I agree. A lot can change in like 7-8 years. You know? A down payment on like 10-year time period is too long. I said 6 to 7 years. 7 years. 6 to 7 years. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. But it's possible for people to be here that long. You know, we've had Party Man, we've had V, we've had a lot of people here for super long, you know? So if you're here throughout the generation, that'll keep you here. Let me just tell you something. That's why I say I require an investment. If you drop a large amount, right, on a channel or whatever the case is, right? If you drop a large amount for a bet, you're not going anywhere. You're going to keep coming back. You're going to keep coming back because you're invested. So that's why I require an investment. Because if we're going to have a long-term bet, you're not going to go, no, you know I'm not going nowhere. The investment is so it keeps the other person on the other end around, you know? So yeah. Party Man knows. Some of you guys that were here for the Switch 1 era, I made bets with people. I don't remember or Dank Meme knows. I would make bets with people, and then they would run away. They would literally completely change their whole life because they lost a bet or because whatever, you know, like they would run. It would completely run away. So we require investment now. Same thing like with the troll arguing. Like we're not just gonna allow people just to come here and get free clout, like, or free arguments, like you know, free. You get to argue back and forth with the streamer, like with hundreds of people. Nah, fam, you gotta no. You want to keep arguing, you gotta pay up. We ain't doing nothing for. We're just allowing people to come in with blank avatars running the stream. Nah, fam. You want to come here and make predictions and contradict everything that I say? Sure, pay up. Sure, pay up, and I'll argue with you. Sure, no problem. We'll go back and forth. Pay up though. This ain't a personal debate desk. You know, this ain't undisputed first take. I don't mind difference of opinion, but you're not gonna sit here and argue all night. Hell nah. Pay up if you want to do that. If not, you want to come here and make predictions, make me act like I'm being crazy with it. That's fine. Pay up. Also, put some money on it. Stop just coming here and talking for no reason. Just saying stuff. This is sound ridiculous, you know? So yeah. People didn't say PS3 was a failure after the PS2 because it only sold 88 million. People said PS3 was a failure after the PS2 because profit-wise, it was not a very profitable system. The profit on the PS3 was terrible, and it got Mr. Ken Kutaragi ousted, the father of PlayStation. That's the reason why. You're just listening to too many morons on Twitter or morons on forum message boards that don't know their head from their ass when it comes to business. Couldn't read a freaking investment report if their life depended on it, Mario. That's the problem. You listen to too many idiots on Twitter or too many idiots on social media or wherever you were at back then. The reason why people were saying that the PS3 was a failure because the profit margin for the PS3 was atrocious. They barely made any money on that system. Let's see here. Direct coming before the launch on the June 2nd. Yeah. Cook Dragon Ball Z Fighters was yeah. Remember the Cook Dragon Ball Z Fighters? So yeah. PS3 wasn't profitable. Did I say that? I said it didn't make a lot of profit. There was barely any profit. They didn't make a ton of profit. I didn't say that they didn't make any profit or wasn't profitable, but the profit margins were bad. The PS3 profit margins were bad. Yes, they were bad. If they were good, then they wouldn't have ousted their what's it called? The father of PlayStation, Ken Kutaragi. He got ousted. They changed so many things. They stripped all the features from the PS3. They stripped everything from that system to strip it down just so it can sell, just so it can get to 80-something million, to 88 million. What did they have to do to the system? They removed the SD card slot, the memory card slots on the front of it. They removed the backwards compatibility. They removed so many features from that system to strip it down to get it cheaper just so they can sell a certain amount to hopefully make that back on software sales. But they had a whole different plan for the PlayStation 3. They were not expecting to make that little of profit because they're expecting to sell the system at a more premium price tag. They had to instantly start stripping things out and dropping the price of it. The profit margins on the PS2 were significantly higher than the profit margins on the PS3. And that's the reason why people said it was a bit of a failure. Because the profit margins were bad. Now, if they sold 80-something million and they were able to keep the price at what they were at you know, the $599 or the what was it, $499 and $599, and if they were able to do gradual, slower price drops while keeping their features and keeping and getting the manufacturing process better while also keeping that price up and being able to make more profit, I think that would have been different. People would have saw it differently, but it's because the profit margins were bad. But once again, whatever. You can think however you want to think about it, that's fine. But if anybody's saying that it's a failure because of the sales number, because of 88 million, no, that's not it. It's because of the profit margin. That's the problem. The profits were bad, and once again, they went through a lot of changes. They ousted Ken Kutaragi. They did all sorts of stuff, you know. The cell processor wasn't cheap SoC to make. It really wasn't. So they blew a ton of money on the PS3, and it just didn't make back the return that you would like to see based off of the investment. The return was there, but the return was not what they were expecting at all. That's the problem, you know? Yeah, it was very expensive. So even with the inflation and all that, the PS3 the PS3 was actually it was $499 and $599. So it was actually more expensive for the most part than even the Switch down in today's day. But the PS3 at the time used cutting edge technology. So it's not like it had a Blu-ray player in there. So it's not like it wasn't worth the amount. So it wasn't like, oh, they were ripping you off on the technology. No, it wasn't a rip-off. It was just really expensive technology at the time. You know? So that's really what it was. So if you go to like an inflation calculator, so in 2006, I purchased an item for $599. So let's just say $600. In 2025, that is $954 with a nearly 60% inflation rate. To be exact, the cost of a PS5 or sorry, a PS3 in 2025, if you're related back then, literally it's almost $1,000. It's $1,000 with tax in California. It's $1,000. It's $954.75 with a 59.1% inflation rate. If you were buying the cheaper model in 2006 for $500, that would be $795. So imagine if Sony or actually, wait a minute. I don't have to imagine Sony doing this. They legitimately already did this. The PS5 Pro is $700, and if you want a disc drive, it's $80 to play. No, I actually did this. Imagine if, no, they did do this. Yeah, so look, we're catching up to where it was, okay? We're at that point. I actually did do this, so it was like I bought like it was the same thing. Same thing. Sony wants me to work. They want me to work 2 jobs. I need 2 jobs. I'm not sure if the micro SD the GameStop micro SD card should be okay. Yeah, they should be all right. That's why I played 360 most of the gen. Yeah, I had a PS3, but I mean, I waited. I got it on discount. I got it on sale for $300. I got a PS3 to 20 gig. I got it on eBay for $300 and something. I think maybe almost $400. So I saved some money on there. I didn't buy it brand new. So yeah, it's crazy. A lot of people did not have the money for it. So yeah, it was interesting for sure. But all right, guys. We are going to wrap it up here. I want to say thank you guys so much for coming out to tonight's stream. Thank you guys for being awesome. I love and respect all of you guys. So thank you guys so much. Check out my most recent video. If you haven't seen my most recent video, big Jojo Friday tonight. Shout out to Cybertor. Shout out to Justin. Shout out to Party Man. Shout outs to J2. Shout outs to all you guys that came through. Mr. Black, Nick 93, Cybertorch, Mario, Rooter, J Biggs, Orlando, Ryder Z, Party Man, Dior. Let's see here. The Great Wah, My View. Thank you guys so much. Streamlabs, Rooter. I already said that. Felipe, Agchi, Y Link, Xeno Nova, Gaming Mariner. Shout outs to all you guys that came through, man. Thank you guys so much for being awesome. Thank you guys so much for being great. Big love once again to Cyber T, Hokage, and Stream Ninja, just absolutely killing it on Jojo Friday. We're not gonna play the animation, but we'll play the thing. So shout outs, man. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate all of you guys, man. Great stream. Bad Scent, thank you so much, man. George FT, big love, guys. Big love. Check out my video. I linked it in the chat. I'm gonna link it again, or did I link it again? I'm gonna link it one more time. Check out my video if you haven't seen it. And we'll be back tomorrow for the Spawncast. And we'll be back tomorrow for I'll have another video. I just don't know when I'm gonna release it. It'll be up at some point. So yeah. All right, guys. Love y'all so much. You guys are the goats. We'll see you guys. Play some video games tonight. We'll see you guys for the next one.